Okay.
And hello, everybody. This is Stronghold Podcast, episode 11. I'm here with Maher Aseeri. What's up, buddy?
What's up? Not much,
How are
not
you?
much. Just chilling, just training.
We're
training
laughing
every
at
day.
this. This apparently
It's
is actually
hilarious.
a real important thing. We're going, what the fuck is this thing? First of all, what's it
What was
called?
the point of that?
No one knows.
No one knows what that is.
No one knows the name of this thing.
I just assume it's like a clipper or something like that.
Clipper, clapper.
Clapper. I don't know.
Point is, it's a funny object. It actually has a purpose. It syncs all of the audio. Am I right? It syncs all the audio. So it looks ridiculous, but it's important, apparently.
No shit.
Anyway, what's up, dude?
I'm learning things. Not much. You know, just living my life, man. Like, just living.
We had to start this podcast because
Yeah.
I thought we were just talking about so much good shit that we needed to get on the podcast because we need to start
I
recording.
mean, we could totally, like, just redo that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, like, talk. You
Yeah.
know, it's all good.
Well,
It's
I
all
love
good.
the reason why I wanted to get you on the podcast is
Yeah.
because we actually haven't really hung out outside of competitions or anything. But every time I met you, it was always easy to talk with you, easy to
Totally.
chat with you,
Totally.
and you're inside the community and shit. So I
Yeah.
knew it would be a perfect person to do the podcast with.
Yeah.
So you just trained, right?
I just trained, man. I just got my ass kicked by Leke over at Impact. You know what I'm saying? He got me in this nice face crank, man. Yeah, man, shit.
Face crank.
Face crank.
What was he
Yeah.
doing? Like, what was the position?
He took my back, man. He took my back, just got that nice bite across, like the forearm
Khabib
across my
Conor
fucking,
McGregor one?
Khabib Conor McGregor one, man. He's been working on that. It's fucking ridiculous,
That's
man.
a rough one.
I know, I
'Cause it's
know.
like, you also kind of feel like it's kind of a dick move because you're not under the chin, but it works anyway.
It's like it's like a wrist lock, right? You know the wrist lock goes this way. You always kind of feel like, you know, I can tank this for a little bit, right? And then, but you can't.
And then your spine cracks, and you're
And
like,
then
no,
your
I'm
spine
good.
cracks,
I'm
your
gonna tap
fucking
now."
face, your teeth come out, and all that. Yeah.
So did he
Like,
go
that's
with
never happened to me.
the palm to palm?
He went palm to palm. It was pretty fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's nasty.
I know.
That's
I know.
nasty
Yeah.
stuff.
We had a few visitors today. I just wasn't ready for that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You're
It's
never
like a
ready
late
for that.
night.
That's an emotional moment when you get face cracked like that. That's a little.
I always come in late for class, right? So it's like I'll walk in. I'll be like, okay, who's there? Right, like who's just chilling in the class right now, right? Like who's training today, right? And some days you're like, okay, it's all the smaller guys, it's all good, right? And the other days it's like, you know, you got Leke down there, you got my main man Eugene, you know what I'm saying? There's big boys, right? And you know those days are gonna be hard.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
when you come in late. He probably gave you that face crank just because.
Just because
You
every
just
single
rolled up
time.
late.
Yo, I roll up late all the fucking time, right? So like,
How many people were on the
maybe
mats?
so that's multiple times. Like he's paying me every time he cranks
he's
me.
giving a little something extra in there.
Every single time, right? That's like 5 classes worth of.
That's him saying, "Don't turn your back, bro. Come on."
Yeah,
you
don't
get the
turn-
face crank.
You know, I'm working on my throw game, man. I'm working on those counters. You know what I'm saying?
That is one of those moves that
Yeah.
people don't use because it's like kind of considered to be
Yeah.
a bit of a dick move, but it
face crank.
works, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you get it just on the jawline, like
Why
man,
not?
What are you gonna do? Let
Why
your
not?
neck get broken? Like,
Well, I mean, I think first your jaw breaks, right? So
Yeah.
like that's legit to me, right?
Either
Like
way,
yeah,
it's
it's
a
on your
problem.
face, but if your jaw is gonna break, what's the difference between a jaw breaking and your finger popping off, right?
yeah, it's a fair point. I mean,
Exactly.
it should totally be legal. I mean, I
I
don't-
think so.
But it's one of those ones when you put it on somebody, they're
Yeah.
kind of gonna look at you and be like, "Dude, the fuck."
I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have no problem with it.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Like that, twisters, whatever, man.
I
You
do
know.
them all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
I
just
put-
fucking tap.
I do it to my wife, Charmaine, all the time. She always reaches back when I go with the one
You
hook in.
go for the twister.
Yeah,
You
I
go
did
for the
it to-
twister on
What the fuck,
Charmaine.
bro. I did it to a kid the other day.
You did it to a child.
I healed my 5-year-old sometimes.
You did a
Yeah.
5-year-old.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not cranking it, but
Right.
I'm like, don't reach back like that, or else and they're like,
Yeah.
Twist
I can,
it up and
yeah,
shit.
I can totally damage you for life. You know, like
because you know all the yeah, exactly. I can maim you permanently for the rest of your life.
to be fair,
Train
that's kind of
jiu-jitsu.
like that's great marketing right there. It's just
Yeah.
like just train jiu-jitsu. You learn how to like damage people permanently for life.
I shared
right?
this video the other day. It was like me doing MMA sparring with one of the kids.
Sure.
It's cool, man, because like
Right.
there was like this kid Brendan. I used to teach him in KL.
Yeah.
He's like 8 years old or something, but
Yeah.
put him in shin pads, do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the good thing with kids is like
Yeah.
you can let them just go.
Yeah.
So like I'm wearing shin pads and just the big gloves or whatever, and they
Sure,
can wear
okay.
MMA gloves, but they can just go hard, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna hurt you too bad, right?
Right.
So they can kick. I let them kick me
Yeah.
like full power. Let them go for takedowns. Let
Sure.
them. So it's a full on like MMA round. They're
So
punching.
they're going hard on you.
Yeah,
Right? Okay.
it's great because when you watch it, you're like, he kicked me in the leg like 3
Yeah.
times. Then I'm like, my leg, and then I fall down just
Yeah.
to see if he'll come in. And then he comes in throwing punches and starts to pass the guard and hammer fist me and shit.
So he's learning like real life skills right
Yeah,
now, right?
real
like this,
MMA.
like proper, right? Like 100%. What point do you think like that will like in terms of like age, right? What point do you think like that would be too dangerous for you, right? assuming you like your body, like you're fine and all that, what point do you think like
I think it would be more damaging to them than me, because I think once they start to get like adolescent strength, so maybe around 13, 14, 15, if they give me a hard kick and like they kick my elbow or they kick my hip or they kick my knee or something like that, it's going to hurt them more than me. I wouldn't be so worried about like me not blocking it. Like, I mean, I doubt they're going to be able to land clean on me, but even if they did, I'd probably be okay. But if they kick me wrong and then kicked an elbow or something, it could break their foot. Or,
all right.
But when they're small, like they're basically, those kids are like just bubbles. They're just blobs.
They're like the Gumby.
Yeah,
right?
they're impossible to damage. I mean, I've seen some kids eat shit hard in training over the years, right? I mean, running into walls, like getting slammed, like kids were getting little tiffs all the time and push each other. Like I've seen some kids eat shit hard, and like they just 5 minutes later they're laughing with each other again, and like it never happened.
It's ridiculous sometimes, right? Like we have like a kids program over at Impact, right? So like after class, I usually just kind of like chill around that area, and then you see those kids like when they spar and when they do stuff, right? Their necks are going in weird positions. They can do headstands or just land on their head from like a foot, which is kind of like their height, right? So like if I landed on my neck from like I'm what 173 right now, right? If I landed on my head from 173, I'd fucking die.
Yeah, you wouldn't be walking.
I wouldn't be. I'd probably just die, right?
And they'll cry for like a minute or two, and then you give them something, and then they're forget about it.
They're not crying because of pain, though. They're usually crying because like like
shock or something.
Yeah, well, the shock or someone beat them at something, right? Or they're frustrated. It's usually that shit.
Yeah, we went to the Singapore SG BJJ
Open.
Yeah, we did that competition yesterday. Man, there was this dude at the kids competition that was just fucking insane.
What do you mean?
He, this kid, the kid was he had a Kazakhstan flag, so I don't know if they came in from overseas or something.
Okay.
But I mean, everybody was taking videos of this guy. It was just this dad who was screaming his fucking head off, recording his kid, and he was just screaming at him the whole time, while he was running. He's like, "You do that." He was the coach. They didn't have an actual coach. I mean, just screaming at the top of his lungs to the point where everybody's recording him.
Bit much.
And then even like the kid would win the match, and then he would pull him to the side, and he would sit there and point at him and lecture him to the side for like 10 minutes. And this kid's just like, well, okay. And then this is the worst part, right?
Yeah.
They're doing the medal ceremony.
Yeah.
And the kid competed in 3 divisions.
Yeah.
And he was like a white and gray belt. And so he got second in one division.
Cool. Yeah.
And then he's just sitting on the podium, and he's got this horribly sad look on his face, like he's just looking like this. And then one of the organizers, like a girl, comes over and like turns his mouth up, right? Turns his mouth up to the smile. And then the dad goes, "No, he can't smile. Only first place can smile." And we're all just like, "Bro, dude, calm the fuck down."
That is like the definition of toxic parenting.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's a definition of what you're not supposed to do.
I'm standing right by this guy, and I'm like, "Dude." And then he won his division. This was like one of the other divisions that he competed in that he got second.
Yeah.
Then he won another division, and then he goes up and he gets first place, and the dad goes, "Now you can smile. Now you can smile."
Did he smile?
Yeah, he did. He did. Because he clearly understands that if he wins, he's allowed to smile.
Dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, everybody was recording this guy, and like I saw it on a bunch of people's. If you were at the competition and you saw the kids' competition, everybody knows this guy. Dude. He was apparently giving the organizers a bunch of shit. I mean, just screaming out his lungs.
If that guy's watching right now, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Like,
fuck you, dude.
That is just terrible parenting.
That's ridiculous.
One of my students actually competed against him and lost. And the dad, because we were all watching this guy, everybody could hear him.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted his kid to lose, just because,
just because
the parent. It wasn't even the kid, right? Yeah. But so one of my students was competing against him, and he was like, "Oh, you could beat his son because this guy was just doing so much shit."
So you're rooting against the kid
just because the
this
parent's
poor
such
little
a dick.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, you just felt bad for the kid because he's sitting there, like, even when he won, he's getting the finger wag, right? And just yelling at him, and he's just sitting there like this on the side between every one of his matches. He competed in 3 divisions, right?
He's a fucking child. He's a child. A child is supposed to fucking enjoy what... Listen, like, the second the kid is not... like has a choice, right? He's not gonna fucking do that anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's just not gonna, because he doesn't enjoy it. It's not his. You know, you gotta make it his, right? It's fucking ridiculous that that's still a thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does he get out of just winning a little kids competition? You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like having that experience.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the experience of losing, which is really fucking important.
Yeah, and he did lose, and he wasn't a good loser, right? Because you see. He's looking up. If my kid went up there, like with the kids that I teach, and we're all pissy and shit because they didn't win, I'd be like, "Hey, get it together.
Exactly.
Like you be humble in victory and defeat.
Yeah.
Like that's something you have to learn. So if I was coaching a kid and they went up there and did that, I'd be like, hey, you should be proud of yourself. You tried. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah, sometimes the guy's just better than you.
To
right?
train them to be
sometimes
a bad sport is just like really toxic parenting.
It's a terrible, like the guy doesn't, like the guy obviously isn't like mature. You know what I'm saying? You probably shouldn't be having kids.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Exactly.
You're like, give that kid up for adoption.
Yeah. And the worst part of the whole thing is that this kid is probably going to bring those qualities into adulthood.
Probably.
Right? He's going to be toxically competitive, and people will probably... He was the only kid... I assume they flew in from somewhere because he was rep the Kazakhstan flag and all that kind of stuff. But he was the only kid who wasn't like playing with other kids. That wasn't like hanging out with other kids. He was just constantly being like berated by his dad alone on the side. And the organizers had to ask him to like leave and shut the hell up. And
really?
He was giving them attitude. Kick him out? No, but they tried to kick him out of the back area because he was standing in the back the whole time. They're like, bro, you gotta get over there.
Yeah, exactly. You're just fucking up our logistics.
Yeah, you know, which is a kind way of saying get the fuck out of here.
See, like the thing is, right, there's nothing worse than learning how to lose when you're an adult.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You know, when you're like in your 20s or something and like shit actually happens to you, right? Like you lose a fucking job or something, right? Or the interviews don't work out or something, right? Like, you know, you go broke, you know, shit like that, right? There's nothing worse than learning how to do that and learn how to take that emotionally, right, when you're actually that age, right? Because that's when actually stakes matter, right? This is all just fucking training for that, right? It's crazy that dude doesn't get it.
Yeah.
You know?
I would argue that learning how to lose is more important than learning how to win.
I think so.
And it's the first in the prerequisite steps, right? Because everybody's a beginner at some point, and you have to go through that process. If you're a good loser, it's going to make you a good skill learner. Yeah. Because if you think you're going to win at everything first try, you're not going to. You have to be able to take those defeats, and if you're willing to get back up on the horse, that's what's going to lead to long-term growth.
Exactly.
And you just got to wonder, like, what this kid's...
It's kind of the point of jiu-jitsu.
8 years old, this kid, by the way.
8 years old.
Yeah, like
8 years old, and he's got that pressure on him.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
At a local kids... It's not the World Championships, right? Like,
it's not the World Championship. That's the other thing. It's not the World Championship. And even if it was the World Championship, like,
still,
does it matter?
The same rules apply.
Does it actually matter if you're 8 years old and win the World Championship at like whatever belt you're at? You know, let's say it's orange belt, eight, you know, or green. What's the last one?
Green.
Green, right?
Green
if you're
and
a green
black,
belt,
I guess.
If you're a green belt, does that actually matter that much? It really doesn't.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No one fucking remembers that shit, right?
You still do the Grapple Asia, right? Organize the Grapple Asia.
Still, yeah.
Is there one coming up?
Well, we don't have any plans, like, you know, right now, like nothing's set, so I can't say anything.
I was just going to ask you if you've seen some similar stuff at any of those competitions.
Similar stuff at those competitions?
Parents just the Singaporean parents tend to get it. I think you get it more with the foreigners, I would suspect. Which in this case was what was going on.
To be honest, like I've always had like really good. Okay, you have what you get at those competitions is parents kind of like being a little bit overbearing with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they'll show you the competition video. They'll be like, "Hey, I think your ref made a few bad calls," that kind of stuff, right? And they really, really, really push the issue. We get those things, right? We get a lot of that stuff, right? As far as like, you know, being on the sidelines, just kind of like berating their child. Now, I haven't seen anything too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, who knows? Maybe those same parents are coming to us, right? Also do that in the back.
You ever see that,
you know?
It's on Instagram, like the kids that were wrestling, and then the mom or the dad just gets onto the mat and fucking throws the other kid or something?
Smacks him in the head, right?
Oh, is it? I can't
Smacks him in the head. This is like, it's like Kazakhstan or something.
Well, is it?
Yeah, the lady had a hijab. She had a hijab on, you know, and she was like, wham!
Just fucking slap the kid in the head.
And the guy looks up at her like, Mom, why?
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be worse for the kid.
You're making me look like an asshole to my friends.
Yeah, I know. It does happen because I've definitely seen some videos. But the type of parenting here is a bit different. They tend to be more, sticky with like the rules and shit like that. But, you know, being a referee and stuff like that, it's a thankless job.
Tell me about it, man.
Yeah, they get a bad rap.
Yeah. I think, but it's required. You need the referees on there. You definitely need the referees, right?
Well, there definitely needs to be a feedback loop. I mean, there's no question that to learn is the only way, right? And you're going to make mistakes, especially if you're like a purple belt or something, and it's a blue belt refereeing your first competition.
Exactly.
For sure, there's going to be some growing pains.
Or brown belt. You know, or brown belt. It doesn't matter what belt you are, right? Like
I was brown when I first reffed, I think.
I I think I was blue. I was either blue or purple, right? I don't remember. But yeah, I made all kinds of mistakes, right? All kinds of mistakes, right? Like my first competition,
especially back when we started.
I didn't know the rules. Yeah.
When we started, there wasn't really many people who knew.
Yeah.
So like to get the scene going,
yeah.
you have to kind of start there, and then
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's almost like you're doing like a pro bono kind of thing, right? You're like, yo, nobody wants to do this shit, so I'm doing it. You know, man, I think the first competition I read the rules like properly, the rules document like 3 days in advance. You know, I was learning as I went along. You know, that was like the very first one that we did in like City Square inside, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I think I competed in that one.
You competed in that?
I think I competed against Shinya in that one actually.
The one
purple
inside.
Belts. Yeah.
No shit.
It may have been the second or third. That's when I was training at Evolve.
Right.
So I think, I think I competed against Shinya in that one, which is where I think I met you the first time.
Ah, right. I remember that now.
And then I refed later on after I got my brown belt with you guys. But even then, I remember. I mean, I knew the rules from competing, but enforcing them and getting
it's different.
Yeah, and understanding the nuances. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right?
Which, by the way, like are constantly changing, right? So like the IBJJF is constantly like just. You kind of have to keep up with it, right? You know, like that whole thing about like what do they call it, crossashi, the entrance to the knee bar.
Yeah.
If you go over like for even a second, that's a DQ.
Yeah, I know.
Right. A lot of people don't know that, right? I've seen refs like on YouTube and all that, just like, you know, with an underhook DQ the guy, right, and can consider that reaping. A lot of people don't keep up with this shit.
Yeah, and it is they change them every year. They update them slightly.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing.
No,
you know?
they need to.
Yeah.
I think they need to. I've gone on and on about this. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I talked on and on about how they need to change some of the rules for IBJJF, like reversals.
Yeah.
I mean, how do they not have points for reversals? I even think the number one rule, if I could change anything, would be stand up, clean break should be a 1 point.
Stand up, clean break.
Stand up, clean. Like if you're on top of me and I'm playing guard or whatever.
Sure.
If I stand up and I clean break, like break the grips, stand up and get like just establish neutrality on the feet.
Right.
Like in wrestling, it's an escape. Right.
But you give a point for that.
Yeah, because then it would require people to
keep you down.
Keep you down. Yeah. And also, I think that standing up and clean break is basically the essence of martial arts, right? It's self-defense. If I can get someone, even if they're bigger than me, if they're on top of me and I can stand up and get away, that's the cornerstone of martial arts. And on the reverse, if you could holding me down, we're not obligated to play that game necessarily. And it would be a bridge toward MMA, which is also self-defense based, right? So I have to keep you down rather than just accept the fact that I'm on bottom and you're on top.
But if I pull guard, like, okay, so would you do it like if the guy passed guard, so he's not in the guard, all right, then the guy escapes, right? Would you count that as escape? Or if it's just a matter of like, okay, I'm on top, you're on bottom, it doesn't matter if you're playing guard or not, if you get away from me right now, you get a point.
I think both.
Both?
Both.
But then you have guys like pull guard and then do an escape.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
So it might make
maybe
sense
if they pass the guard.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're past the guard.
But then you run into the whole Turl situation, right? Like,
which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You pass to Turl, but that's not really a pass, right? At least it's never considered an ADCC Duma.
I still wouldn't.
Whatever,
I still wouldn't consider. I mean, like the ADCC rules, I think are the best. Same thing with like the clean pass.
I'd say so.
Right? I mean, if you do a clean, like if I take you down and I pass the side control immediately, that's got to be rewarded higher than going into your guard and then passing. Because why would I ever even want to enter into that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Right?
Same thing, clean sweep. Right?
Yeah.
If I can sweep you in a straight pass, that should be awarded way more highly because it's negating the whole aspect of your game I'm trying to avoid, which is the guard.
I would say, I agree with that. I'd say it's a little bit hard to like score in ADCC, like, and that's one gripe I have with it. But the number one gripe has got to be the negative point. Like,
I know.
Right. You know what I'm saying, right? The guard pull.
That's rough.
For guard pulling, yeah.
But I kind of like it because I'm a wrestler. So
I know, but
I know. All these jiu-jitsu people were like, "But guard pulling is guard pulling." You know what's hilarious? I had students that trained here for like 3 months.
Sure.
They didn't even know guard pulling was a thing, right? And then I had one student come in, and my friend Dave, he's one of my 3-stripe blue belts. He's talking with one of my students, Ethan, who's going to compete. Yeah. And I just don't even. I make my guys start on the feet always.
Right.
And like generally, my rule is, unless you're competing, you just don't pull guard because then it forces them to work their wrestling.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so he comes in and he's like, why don't you just pull guard? And then I just saw my student's brain like explode for a minute. He's like, and then I was like, no, Dave, you ruined it. Now all he's going to do is sit on his fucking ass and butt scoot.
Once you butt scoot, you don't go back.
Exactly. I was like,
once
bro,
you go,
you just ruined ruined it for me.
Once you butt scoot, it's over.
These guys didn't even know it was a possibility, and you just fucked it up.
I find myself doing that. You like as a jiu-jitsu guy, you have to force yourself to play to play top to wrestle, right? Like that's a thing you always see it, like, you know, when I train, right? Like I'll, if I'm doing okay with the grip fighting and all that, the guy will sit guard, right? If I'm not doing okay with the grip fighting, I'm going to sit guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just an option, right?
I mean, I do it too. I shouldn't talk shit, but I do it because I want my students to work on their passing or whatever. So I am definitely a guard puller in some context. And even my students that compete, if they're predominantly a guard player, if I feel like that's going to give them a better shot to win, then I'll do it. But for training, I want people to get the reps to go for takedowns. And if you give the option for them to guard pull all the time, they're just going to, because it's so hard to wrestle.
And then you just be doing jiu-jitsu. Like, you'll always be doing jiu-jitsu, right? And then you don't have that, like, that cross-train ability or whatever, right? I think wrestling, especially for no-gi, right? Like, there's a lot of cool shit that you can transfer from wrestling to, like, no-gi, right?
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit, and people are constantly figuring that stuff out, right? The funk roll stuff, you know, BJJ Scout did, like, this, Grand Breeze and all that, Pearson rolls, all that good stuff from Turl, right? Like, scramble type stuff,
and even just the basic stand-ups.
Yeah.
Right?
You know?
Like, if someone's on your back, got you in a turtle, you can try to roll the guard, but stand up.
Hip heist.
Yeah.
Hip heist is a thing, right?
Totally.
All these little things, right?
Even some of the basic wrestling, like reshooting or peeking out, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's really important. Those are important techniques.
Or like finishing from like a failed shot. You know, like I've been watching some of this stuff. Man, there's this awesome series on YouTube. I forget, MNHS Wrestling, something like that. But they basically filmed, John Smith, right? They basically just filmed John Smith, like giving like a seminar to these coaches, right? On all the different like tactics that he has, like from the failed low singles, failed shots, and it's all stuff that you apply. Like, I'm finding myself in those positions, right, all the time, right, in like jiu-jitsu, right, when I play jiu-jitsu, because my guard kind of sucks. So I turn a lot, right? So, like, you find yourself in those positions a lot when your guard sucks, right?
I don't think your guard sucks.
It's not great. It's not great, especially in no-gi.
Like, I can vouch for your passing. You knee sliced the bejesus out of me for like 8 minutes. Maher and I competed, for the listeners, and he crushed my soul with a knee slice for like 8 minutes.
You've got a lot better.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. But you got the better of me in the competition. You gave me the knee slice of doom for like 8 fucking minutes, man.
I kind of just like stalled you out a bit. Like,
you changed my game. You changed my game.
Did I?
Yeah, because now like the quarter guard is one of my best positions.
Oh my God.
After that competition, I went back and I just hit that shit over and over and over. And now if people knee slice me, that's actually one of my best positions.
You've got answers to that, right?
Now I do, but I didn't then.
The bump, the things,
I only got there if like people got way too far in a knee slice, and I was fucked a long time ago. But now I actively pull that position.
No shit.
You changed my game. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gave me that fucking knee slice, man.
To be fair, I've been working on that. I've been working on that particular thing.
Well, that knee slice?
No, that position, the core guard position. I also work on that shit.
The bottom, you mean? The bottom quarter guard? Yeah.
Like, I like it when people pull to that too. It's like, I love that position. It's like a dog fight, right? Like, it's basically like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
You got just as many answers as like the guy on top, right? There's so many different options, right?
And I like it because it's like a last ditch position. So I always my game's all like close guard, half guard, quarter guard. Because it's like a sequence.
Yeah.
And so if you have a really good quarter guard, like that last sequence to pass, if you can get really good there, usually there's several things that have had to have happened for you to be there in the first place.
Sure.
So when you get there, if you're really good in that position, it gives you a sort of X factor.
That last kind of layer of the guard, right? The layer of the onion.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. That you just can't do it, right? Yeah. We got a guy, Joel Ong, right?
I think I know him. Maybe.
Yeah, he competed. He's a purple belt right now. He's probably gonna get promoted. But that dude plays almost exclusively like core guard position, right? And it's like, it's a tricky ass situation, right? Because if he can hold your leg in that position, right, it's just grip fighting. It's just grip fighting and like opening you up to the different sweeps from that, right? The Lucas Leitch's sequence.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, it's all underhooks, getting into the dog fight. That's like my whole.
And then you got rolls from there with wrist control and shit, right?
Yeah, you can also go to the. Do you play it to the opposite side, like the 3/4 mount?
I don't play it. I suck at it.
If you get good at that side, there's a lot of good deep half entries and stuff that you can get from there as well.
That's right.
Because I got good at the knee slice side, but then when people would push their knee either to my stomach to try and counter it, or they would go to the 3/4 mount.
Right.
That's when I'd get stuck there. So then I practiced like pulling the knee through and then going to like the deep half or the reverse half.
That's one of the weaknesses I have with like my passing sequence, right? Like when I go to the 3/4 mount, I get sucked in the deep half. If I don't get the arm, I don't know, people at home can't visualize this shit.
Oh, no, bro, all these listeners are probably fucking jiu-jitsu nerds.
Good.
So.
Right,
exactly.
So if I can't
go deep, man. Go deep.
If I can't get the arm, if I can't get the underhook and then tilt the guy into me, right? And then sit on his head, right? To go for a Kimura, go for the Kimura grip, but I got no control. I'm fucked, right? If they can hide the arm in time, right? I'm done, right? That's a weakness in my sequence.
Yeah, play that game. Have people start you in 3/4 mount, because then that's like the worst case scenario, right? Because it's better to be on the knee slice side if you're on the bottom.
Yeah.
When they put it to the other side, and
That's
it like kind of reinvents the game, and it can get you to like some deep half, reverse half.
Yeah.
You know who I learned it all from was Jake McKenzie.
Yeah.
He's a half guard master, and he would always want people to knee slice him and want people to backstep.
Right.
Because he's reverse half, and it's such a esoteric position that he's a master at it. So if he gets people to backstep, he's so much better in that position than like 99% of black belts, because it's really nobody plays it.
He goes for that. There's that butterfly sweep thing that you do.
The hook sweep that he goes to from there. He'll also dig to the back take,
super
or
tricky.
He'll trip you when you backstep.
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking about this, and I wanted to pick your brain about the. Do you think it's my thought that the modern day heel hooking game has sort of killed the knee slice to a certain extent? Because everybody's backstepping to the inside senkaku, right, to the saddle.
Yeah.
So like now, if you get into that knee slice position, everybody's looking to backstep.
You backstep in the saddle, but that's not like a guaranteed finish, right? You still gotta have like finishing skills.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't really talk too much about it. Like
do you play that game? Do you heel hook at all?
My leg locking game sucks balls.
Is it?
Like
you still play that traditional pussy jiu-jitsu?
I'm doing.
You're not in
pussy,
2020, bro.
I'm like no gi, like IBJJF world's no gi. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
I'm not playing with
I'm
the
that
dark
Josh Hinger style. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
you gotta come to the dark side, bro. Come to the dark side.
I play like I go for heel hooks and all that, but let me just say, like my finishing mechanics for heel hooks, I'll have a fully extended inside senkaku, right, inside heel hook, and I have trouble finishing that. Right, that's my level. I'm literally a white belt. Literally a white belt. I've been doing this 10 years. I'm literally a white belt finishing.
But I mean, they rewrote their book like in the last 4 or 5 years with that kind of stuff. It's all new. It's all new stuff.
Relatively. You know, I got a lot of injuries. No excuses. I got a lot of injuries.
Is it knee?
Knee injuries.
Yeah.
Left side.
It's the worst. Mine too. That's my bad one. Meniscus. I tore it in a fight.
Damn.
And it always clicks when I curl it.
Like a real fight on the
MMA
streets?
fight. No. I've never been. Fun fact: never been in a street fight in my life.
You've never been in a street fight?
Never. I've only been in fights
shit.
that I've been paid for.
Oh my god!
Or like amateur fights.
Yeah, well done, sir.
Bro,
cheers to that.
Bro, cheers, man.
That's a curable.
Hey, I de-escalate, bro.
You de-escalate?
Maybe I'm just a bitch.
I
don't know. I don't know. Maybe when shit gets real, I'm just a bitch.
you don't step up. You don't be like, yo,
bro,
what's up,
bro? You want to throw down?
You want to throw down what?
I'm not
what?
that guy.
Let's fight this out, because can't use my words right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think when I was younger, the potential to get into those situations existed more. Sure. But as an adult, I'm just like, nah, it's not even worth. Especially in Singapore, like,
tell me about it.
What are you gonna do? Like, fight someone and then go to jail just because? Even if it's self-defense, like
what's the point? You know, at that point, right? Like, I've never been like in a fight myself, like a proper fight. Like I fight friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I fought a friend once when I was like in Poly, like fucking 15 years ago or something like
drunk?
that. Right? What?
Drunk?
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
He came at me. And he was being held back.
Oh shit!
And I jabbed him in the fucking face.
Oh.
While he was being held back.
While he was being held back,
That was fun.
His arms are behind his back, and you're like, boom, fuck you.
And I went, boom. I tagged him.
Keep it classy, bro.
Keeping it classy, man. Shit. I don't even know if I wanted that fight, man. Like, I basically kind of tagged him a few times, and next thing you know, like, I'm getting headbutted in the fucking face.
Oh, he headbutted you.
He headbutted me hard.
Shit.
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He can do that.
Headbutts are a thing.
And good for him, man. Like, I deserved it, man.
So who did deserve it? You or him? Or was it a bit of both?
He was being a dick, but I kind of escalated the situation.
If you punched him first,
I kind of punched him first. He was being held back, and he was coming at me, but you know,
he was being held back also.
Yeah, he was being held back too. You know what I mean? Like, it was over at that point.
But nowadays, as a fucking adult,
as
you
a
wouldn't
fucking
even
32-year-old,
yeah.
not even fucking
me too.
close.
Yeah.
No.
If it would happen, I mean, I've been in situations that got heated and stuff, but I've never ever had the urge to like hit somebody. And that's one of the things about training.
I don't get that.
You understand what it's like.
Yeah.
Right? Like you understand the sort of nature of violence a little bit, which is why I think people should train, especially guys that have that kind of natural aggression to them. It's really important to train to channel that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you learn like what to a certain extent, like the nature of violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you know what it's like to punch somebody and to be hit and to also hurt people.
And to hurt people.
Like people have people like visualize, I think, a lot about getting in this fight and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And it's like this fantasy that they have that's kind of romantic in their head.
Yeah, right.
But when you actually hurt someone and you see them down.
Or you get hurt.
But for me, it's the other way around. Like, I guess I kind of desensitize to pain, but when even training, if I accidentally hurt someone, like especially if I hurt them pretty bad, I get like sick to my stomach.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like, I've never really hurt anyone bad, like broken a limb or anything, but, you know, I've like hit my wife with a couple hard body shots or something. Actually, the worst one I ever felt was I was holding pads for I can't even remember exactly how it happened. Yeah. I think I was holding pads, or no, she was holding pads for me.
Sure.
And she'd asked me how to hold for an uppercut. This was at clinch, right? And she was holding it under her chin.
Oh, shit.
And I told her before, I was like, don't hold it under your chin, because if I hit you, it's going to go up and it's going to hit yourself. Yeah. And then she was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then she called a combination and we went like another round. And then she went like 1-2 uppercut and she held it by, I was already so far gone into the uppercut. Yeah. Bro, it took her fucking feet off the ground. Whoa. She was like parallel to the floor. And then she was just on the ground. She was crying. I was like, oh, God. No. I felt sick to my stomach, man. I felt so bad.
That's tough.
Her, like, she couldn't talk the next day.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Bro, she flew out of her shoes. Like, Jesus. Her feet were off the ground.
Charmaine's small.
Yeah, she's 50 kilos, man. And I threw, like, a full power rear uppercut underneath her chin. God. And I was like, oh. But, you know, there's been various injuries, too, that have happened. Like, took someone down. They fall wrong, stuff like that. And when it happens, when I hurt somebody, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest thing about being like a training partner, right? You know, especially like getting someone ready for like a competition or something. You go hard on them. And like, like one of my main training partners, Eugene, like I pop, like just yesterday, I fucking spinning back elbowed his, don't ask, it was like a grip break. And
I was like, are you doing Muay Thai? Or?
No, it was a grip break. He's a judo black belt. He's a judo black belt, like proper, right?
So you got to grip break hard.
I was grip breaking hard, but like I did it wrong. I was supposed to go down on my knee, right? I just kind of like spun, and I just spinning it back elbowed his whatever tendon is like right there, right? And he just couldn't move. Right?
Killed his arm.
I killed his arm.
Dead,
I killed his arm.
Dead
Everything
arm.
past this is dead. He was like, "Fuck you, man. You always do this." But but I've heard that guy a few times, right? We kind of trade injuries. You know what I'm saying?
You can't avoid it to a certain extent, but it's not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice, you know. Like, especially when you're bigger than someone, or the guy, like, you know, I'm a bit of a spaz sometimes when it comes to, like, larger guys, you know, that really give me trouble. So, like, I'll spaz out a little bit, and I tag them with bony parts of my body. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that.
Do you do any striking training?
No, not anymore.
You don't do any Muay Thai or boxing or anything like that?
I used to, like, play around with just, like, boxing, but we're talking, like, you know, you can count like maybe two hands, like the number of like times I've boxed in like a class or something.
Gotta get in there, man. Mix it up. You've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. Time to get a little refresher.
I worry about the, you know,
but you don't have to.
Boom, boing, boing. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to do that though. Like you don't have to take the headshots. It depends on where you train. Because some gyms like spar harder than others and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But I do worry about it, right? Like I worry about like,
me too.
And there's also the fact that, you know, like it's not like I have a whole lot of time like to do this stuff, right? Like I got a full-time job and all that shit, right?
What do you do for?
Oh, I'm an electronics engineer. I work at a startup and we're building like a hearing aid. You know, we're building a little hearing aid. Yeah, a hearing aid. A bone conduction
StarHub is building a hearing aid?
A bone conduction hearing aid, yeah.
Is it for their, like, telecommunications?
What?
Is it for their, like, telecommunications? Like, are they trying to, or is it totally separate?
No, totally separate. It's basically just like a bone conduction hearing aid for people with conductive hearing loss, right? Which is like 20%, right, of, like, hearing loss cases are conductive hearing loss.
What does that mean, conductive hearing?
So like conductive hearing loss is when you're like sensory neural is basically when your cochlear doesn't work, right? The nerve and all that, right? And there's not a whole lot you can do about that other than just get a normal hearing aid, right? And just amplify the sound. Conductive hearing loss is when your fucking eardrum goes, right?
Oh.
Yeah, shit like that. So like jiu-jitsu people get that sometimes,
just from
right?
getting hit or something.
There you go. Jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, all that stuff, right? Or you get holes in your eardrum. However, I don't know. Maybe you stick something in there, right?
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're kinky like that.
Yeah, hey, that's your fetish.
That's your thing.
What's the Q-tip?
The
just
Q-tip,
in the
yeah,
ear.
just put a little bit too far. Or maybe you walk around the house with it, you know, you slam into a wall accidentally, you get fucked up. But like then you have conductive hearing loss, and there's not that much you could do about it. You got bone conduction devices, but your two options are like right now. There's this really weird headphone shaped looking thing that kind of presses a transducer, a bone, like a vibrator basically, right into your skull, right? And it's like
that's what they do for that kind of hearing loss.
Yeah.
Or you can't do the small prosthetic.
You can't do that.
You can't
do that, right? That's sensory neural, and all that is just like an amplifier, right? You either have that or you have like what they call it. This is the one that's a lot more convenient, but kind of fucked up. You get operated on, right? So they drill a little hole in your skull, they tap it, right? They put this little magnet on there, and then they hook up a bone conduction device, right, with a magnet. So you got this little circle on the side of your head, right, to substitute for your ear.
Wow, that sounds extreme.
Yeah. So
that's the only way?
That's the only way right now, right?
So, and it's not something that can naturally heal over time?
No, it's not something
permanent once you get it.
Once you have a hole in your eardrum, you're kind of, there's not that much your body's going to do, right? So, yeah, I mean, we're basically just tackling that market, right? We're making we're basically taking a hearing aid, putting on a pair of glasses, hooking up to the back of your skull right there, and you get this nice little.
And then what's the returns on that? Like, does your hearing dramatically increase? Is it like back to normal? Or?
Dramatically, especially if you're deaf, right? If you're deaf, it's basically 9-day, right?
Really?
Yeah. If you can hear, right, then even if you put earplugs on, it's kind of you get the effect, obviously, right? But it's not going to be as pronounced, right? Because you can still hear through the fucking earplugs, right? But like if you're deaf, yeah.
I didn't know StarHub did that kind of stuff.
I know, there's I mean, it's deep tech, man. You know, like there's a niche in the market. You just gotta fucking attack it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not actually from? Did you go through that in Singapore? You're not from Singapore, right? Were you born here?
I'm not from Singapore, no.
But you went to school here.
Kind of like everything after tertiary. So like I grew up in Bahrain, right? In the Middle East, right? So I grew up down there, and then when I was like 15 and a half, I finished the half is really important.
15 and a half. Yeah, you're very specific on that.
I finished the O levels, right? And I just kind of moved over here, and then
with your family, they all came. Or?
I was alone, but I got family here. Right, so like
I'm
half Singaporean, right? Like my mom's Chinese Singaporean, so I got family down here and all that. I lived with like uncles for a little bit, and I went to Poly. Eventually got my own place. My mom had an apartment down here, and yeah, just did that. Went national service, blah blah blah.
You did NS and all that stuff too.
I did NS too. Yeah, OCS Echo Wing. Represent.
They got you, and they have to do the NS too. You said 15? That was when you moved across?
I moved across, and then I guess when I was 18 or something, I did NS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after Poly. Yeah, that was fun. That was a whole lot of fun. I mean, I think it's the only place in the world that you can actually fire a fucking rocket launcher at the hill.
Yeah, Sean, one of my business partners was telling me that, like, he's like, oh yeah, he did some kind of explosives work, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly what he did.
Engineer explosives. Yeah,
but he was like, yeah, and it was all good and stuff until I know the people that were in my unit and they were firing like grenade launchers and shit. And he's like, those are not the people that you want to be firing grenade launchers, because he's like, I know them personally and they are not equipped to be firing grenade launchers past my head.
Yo, it's crazy some of the shit that you if you really think about like what you're doing in national service, right? It is,
and it's everybody, right? Because every man has to go if you're local.
Yeah.
So, and for sure, all of those people should not be doing all of those jobs.
I would say like 80% of the people should like do national service should not ever touch a gun. Right? They should not actually fire or learn how to strip a rifle. You know what I'm saying? But we do. Right, so like in national service, like not everyone does like combat shit, right? Like a lot of people just do BMT and then they do other stuff, like admin stuff, storeman, whatever, right? But like everyone does. 90% of people, I think, fire the gun, right? 90% of the people do that go through it, right? And it's crazy. Like the first gun range you ever do with the recruits, I was a BMT PC, and the first range you ever do is this. Like it's this crazy experience, right? Like you see all these people like just nervous, right? Just
what do they have you shooting?
Just targets, nothing.
No, but what kind of gun did they have you?
Okay, so when I did it, it was the first time I did it was not M6, AR-15, right?
Okay.
Or some variant of it, I forget. Right?
But that's a high-powered rifle.
It's a good one. It was a good one, yeah. And then like after that, you have the SAR-21. The SAR-21's like standard issue now, right? I would say it's a better gun, just in terms of like ergonomics.
Do they have you do any handguns? Or is it all rifles?
No handguns, nothing like that. You do handguns, I think, if you do
police training
guards, like afterwards, if you get posted to guards, right? Which is kind of the helicopter division or whatever, right? So if you get posted to that, you get handgun training. So you got to learn how to fire, I don't know, those little pea shooters, I think, right? And of course, like, if you go like the police or something like that, you get plenty of handgun training. And you get
but including they had you doing high firepower things like rocket launchers and shit like that.
So I went to.
Did you fire one, Wudong? Did you fire a rocket launcher? The Matador.
Yeah, the Matador. I got the Matador.
It's fun, right? I know.
Did you fire the full power Matador or the full power? Damn.
Nice. See, shooting guns is fun.
It's super fun.
This is why America loves it so much, because it's fucking fun.
Yo, man, there ain't nothing wrong about it, man. Like, I think, I think keep it at range and all that.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, if you wanted to do it now, could you?
What do you mean?
Like, if you wanted to fire guns now, is there a shooting range in Singapore?
There's shooting ranges in Singapore.
You can go.
If I'm not wrong, I might be wrong about this. Yeah. You have handguns.
Handguns. Is it live rounds?
Yeah, it's
live rounds.
Okay, I was told, and like this is like third party information, right? Second party information, but like I was told that you can buy a gun, keep it in a locker, as long as you rent the locker out at I'm pretty sure a gun range or something like that, and you can fire that, right? Is that true? Yeah.
But I'm not sure about that anymore because the Safra place that I visit, it might be gone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, then.
That's like quite a while back.
Yeah, they're probably going to get more strict with it as time goes on.
I know a guy, like one of the guys that does the Grapple Asia stuff with us, Jack, like does that stuff. Like that's kind of his thing. So he actually has like a gun lockers in like the States, right? Yeah. Like for stuff they can't bring over here. He's just a fucking kid, and he's just like,
but man, once you get bit by the gun bug,
I know it's fun.
You can go deep.
It's fun. That. It's a nice toy.
But even something like but you can do like bow and arrow and stuff here as well.
I'm pretty sure.
I think they have, archery.
Archery and all that.
Here.
Yeah.
That'd be
cool. Never tried that. Have you?
Yeah.
You tried it?
American, bro. Hell yeah.
You did it like a gun range?
Oh, not in Singapore. Okay. No, I haven't done the archery in Singapore.
All right. No, but
I
in
did
the States?
US. Oh, yeah.
Hunting,
I got
like
my
stuff
first
or?
bow when I was like 14 or something.
Holy shit.
My first gun was, I think I got my first BB gun when I was like 10.
Those are fun.
And I did this sadistic thing and just started shooting fucking birds and stuff.
Which you're supposed to.
I know, but I felt
fuck
bad.
Those things.
Actually, I have
flying rats.
I have a distinct I have a distinct memory of the first time that I was like, oh, I shouldn't just kill things for fun. And it was like, you don't really think about that, but one time. I must have been, and I'm from West Virginia, right?
Sure.
So I'm from the sticks, man.
You're from West Virginia?
Yeah. So I'm like hillbillies, right? Like when I grew up, small town.
But don't people from West Virginia, like I always figured people from West Virginia got the accent.
Yeah, but I went to school for drama.
All right. Okay.
So they beat that shit out of you.
So it's just gone.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do Shakespeare sounding like Tennessee Williams,
Tennessee Williams.
Yeah, like they make you get rid of that shit. Yeah, otherwise it just sounds ridiculous. But I did.
It would be funny though. I would totally watch a play like that.
Yeah.
I would totally do that. I'll watch Shakespeare in Singlish. I'll watch Shakespeare in like Patois, whatever, man, Jamaican.
Only if you can do it intentionally. If it's the only thing you can do, if you can't change it at all, then it's a problem, right? As an actor, or if you're doing drama or something like that. Like, if you can't ever get out of your southern accent, then you're going to be stuck with it. But so the first time I shot, I got like a 22, I think. It was a 22. I would have been 10, 11 years old or something like that.
Wait, so an actual gun?
Yeah.
That you can kill someone with,
bro.
Shoot someone in the head.
Yes, absolutely. No, like a real fucking gun. And I lived in Ravenswood, West Virginia, in this house, and I mean, dude, we were way back. Like, there was one neighbor, and then it took like 45 minutes to get to school by bus.
Wow.
And just all woods. Like, it's not a city at all. It's like a...
So, it's not... Would you say it's a town? Like, can you walk to a place?
No, absolutely not.
So you can't even walk to a place?
You're in the woods, man.
Oh, my God.
And, like, it's enough that I can walk around as, like, a 10-year-old with a 22 and shoot stuff, and no one can say anything to me, right? That's how far back you're in the woods. And so I remember this guy had these, those white bunnies?
Yeah.
He was fucking breeding them, and rabbits breed everywhere, right?
Sure.
I don't know if he was eating them or what the guy was doing, but I mean, there were like hundreds of these things.
So he's literally a guy in the woods
breeding fucking rabbits,
bunnies to
probably
kill
like doomsday prepper type dude.
No shit.
I don't know, but he had way too many
dope.
of these. And like those aren't natural. Those white laboratory rabbits almost, right? Like they're all that puffy white domesticated rabbit.
Yeah.
So they're not like wild rabbits.
Right.
And they were everywhere.
Right.
And I remember one time, God, I was 10, 11 years old. I just got my gun and shot one of these fucking things, right? And I have the image still in my head of like this snow white rabbit with blood all over it.
Yeah.
And then I got that feeling and I was like, oh, this is not good. It's like something with the aesthetic of actually seeing like, oh, if you shoot a bird, like feathers just explode and you're like, fuck that bird.
Right.
But
do you go up? But yeah. And when you go up to it, it's just like exploded, right? It's like whatever. It's a mess.
Yeah, and I would shoot, like my mom would literally give me these things because, people have like gardens and people have, and then like they're pests, right? Some of these birds are pests.
Yeah.
So she would just be like, shoot those fucking birds.
Shoot
I'm
the
like,
fucking
okay,
birds.
cool.
As a 10-year-old.
Exactly. I know. It's fucked up.
Fucking amazing.
But then there was something about like seeing the blood all on the rabbit, and then I was like, I can't do that anymore. And then after that, I hunted after that, but I never just like randomly killed an animal
killed
that I
things for
didn't
fun,
eat.
basically.
Yeah,
or
I'd never do that again after that.
Yeah.
Thank God, because then I started to think as an adult, and I'm like, that's probably like leading into like some psychopathic behavior. So probably not good.
It was probably a good idea not to like continue that as a habit. Right?
Exactly.
You're probably.
I'm glad I had the impulse to be like, oh, this is not.
I'm pretty sure that's how serial killers start.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, like a lot of like when I was in college, I used to like research serial killers just for fun, basically, and like a lot of like those guys would do that. Like that's how
animal
they start.
torture is like
that's like this first step.
Things.
They say it's to like get rid of like some of them will say, I did that just because like I want to like desensitize myself from the fear of seeing this stuff, right? But that's really the first step, right? Because it's that, and then if you're so inclined, right, and you lack human empathy towards your fellow man, which a lot of psychopaths have, right? Then
It escalates. Bigger game, bigger targets,
right? Or at least the ability to kill people without.
Have you ever been hunting?
Well, for a second there, I thought, have you ever been hunted?
Oh,
I was like, whoa, shit.
Not that I'm, because you will be now. I kill animals for fun, motherfucker. So
I don't care.
You gotta look out.
Humans are animal. Humans are mammal.
Guys, I learned my lesson. I was just a little hillbilly. Like, we have to learn somewhere.
God damn, I was like, shit. Have I ever been hunted?
You ever been hunted, bro? You want to be?
I have.
The most dangerous game?
I have never been hunted. Sorry, been hunting. Yo, that Freudian slip right there. That's how you say it.
Never been hunted yet.
I have not been hunting, but in National Service they do this thing, like in OCS you do jungle confidence course. You know that, right? Right, the jungle confidence course, half of it, basically half of it is, or a third of it is a Robinson Crusoe stuff, right? So like, they put you in like a little section of the forest, and they say, yo, just build stuff, build a fireplace, you build like a shelter.
Cool,
right?
That's cool.
And you gotta like build all these traps, and they teach you how to like kill and skin stuff, right? So like the first time I've seen a dead bunny, right, it was actually training for that. They bring you to like the camp in like Brunei, which is somewhere in the jungle, and they bring you to the top of this hill. I remember that. Maybe this is confidential. I shouldn't say it, but fuck it. And then they have you.
Bring you to a hill somewhere, allegedly.
Allegedly, and they'll kill a bunny in front of you. They show you how to do it.
But did you do it?
I didn't kill the bunny, but they make you kill the quail, right? So they give you this little quail. You can opt out of it, obviously, right?
Did you do that? You didn't do that?
Not everyone does that. Like, so not everyone does a JCC course, but like in National Service, you do that, right? So like if you're an officer, like training to be an officer, you just do that stuff, whatever. So you get the quail and you break its neck, you skin it, all that stuff, right? I had no trouble with it because at that point you're hungry.
Because you're a fucking psychopath. And
I am a psychopath, believe it or not, right? And but also
you're hungry. Like
at the time,
they make you hungry.
At the time, I was effectively a psychopath. Like at the time, I would have killed a person.
Dude,
like
how old were you?
Like 19, something like that.
Me at 19 or 20, I may as well have been a fucking ape. Like,
fuck it. I would do it now just to fucking, because I was so fucking hungry, right?
Yeah.
It is the best meal you'll ever have.
Oh, yeah.
But, after the fact, you feel a little bit like, when you actually see, like, the thing that you're killing, right? You know, like I always think that a lot more people would be vegetarian if they actually had to go and kill their food. You know
well, I actually disagree. I think a lot more people would be okay. So let me.
Sorry, not not fully vegetarian, but like vegetarian most of the time.
Or for sure, eat meat less.
Yeah,
I think.
less.
I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problem, like especially today, is that there's this disconnection between your food and the people.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of stuff. I'll give you a funny story. My ex-wife. One time we were in Singapore, we got one of those chickens from the cold storage or whatever, or maybe it was even some smaller market or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, in the U.S., they cut off all the limbs, like the head, the feet, all that kind of stuff, and she just like I saw her do it. She unwrapped this thing and she picked it up, and then the fucking feet fell down, right? Because they didn't cut the feet off, and so like the little talons were hanging there. And she goes, ah! And she fucking throws it, and I'm just like, what? She's like, its little things are there, and I'm like, it's feet, and she's like, yeah, its little things are still attached, and I'm like, yeah, it has fucking feet, like
exactly.
She's like, yeah, but I never seen him before, and I'm like, yeah, but it's still the same fucking thing. Like, why? You understand that was an animal at some point, right?
At some point, it was an animal before we processed it. Yeah. Like, not a whole lot of processing, but we cut it up and all that. We gave you the cuts. You know what I'm saying? But, I think a lot of expats will come down, not expats, like tourists will come down here or like this part of the world and they see like the ducks and all that hanging, right? You know, like, especially if you're from the west side, right? So like Europe or whatever, right? They don't do that. They don't just hang ducks with the head still there.
Yeah, like the fried head still attached.
The fried head. Or like the pig, you know what I mean? When they roast the pig and all that. Like, we're disconnected from it. You're totally right, you know? Yeah. But when you actually see that and you see the process of like butchering and you see the process of killing and all that and rearing the animal and all that, you get a different feel for it, right? Yeah.
But I think it's you can go two ways with it, right? You can be like you're not going to be part of it, and then you could be a vegan or a vegetarian or something.
Sure.
Or you can just sort of accept your spot in the nature, in the life cycle, right?
That's
and I think there's something to be said for that. There's something that's kind of relieving about that.
Yeah.
But then there's other shit like factory farming and all that kind of stuff, which if you can afford it, here's the thing, right? Like if you don't have a lot of money and you just go to the grocery store, that's the cheaper option, right? If you want to get grass-fed meat or free range whatever or all that, like that stuff comes at a price.
Exactly.
And a lot of people can't always afford to buy
as
that.
It should too. Like it should also come at a price, right? Because those are, you know, it is hard. I don't think it's as efficient, like carbon credits wise, I assume, right? Like in terms of like the actual emissions or whatever, right? To actually like to not factory farm, right? So yeah, it should be more expensive.
Yeah, it should be.
Or maybe I'm wrong on that.
But no, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that like, you know, if you're poor, especially in the U.S., like in Singapore, it's like whatever, right? But one of those things, like especially if you're a poor American, they can really only afford that cheap shit. And it's like
if you're
McDonald's,
fast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. But I think the quality here is better. I mean, I'm sure it's still factory. I don't know where Singapore imports its food, like its chicken and stuff from.
That's a good question.
I don't know if it's factory farm style or
Wouldn't it be crazy
probably
if it's the States,
is. I mean, it's Asia, right? So it's probably factory farm.
Australia somewhere, I'm guessing.
I don't know. You can get the good cuts if you go to like the Western markets. That'll be like free range and grass fed and all that kind of shit. I mean, that stuff's not ideal, right?
Yeah. For most people, no.
But even
for me too.
But like even if you want to be a vegetarian, right? Like you ever see those fucking combines that just chop down all of the wheat and just chop down all? Like you think there's not fucking animals getting murdered in that shit all the time?
A lot less, right? You kill a few rats is a lot.
There's no free. There's no free pass, is what I'm trying to say.
There's no free pass, 100%, right? But it's a lot better than having like a bunch of like hens. Like for me, it's like the hens and the image of just a bunch of hens in cages.
Yeah.
Right. Just stacked on top of each other, or not, like just a big warehouse or something. Right. They're all kind of cooped up right next to each other. Right. And that sometimes that qualifies as free range, by the way. So,
yeah, that's true.
You know, and that picture to me is just kind of. I don't know. There's something unsettling about that.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's definitely not ideal.
I always feel kind of fucked up buying it,
yeah,
but not eating it. Like I forget about it by the time I eat because I'm a fucking hypocrite.
You get disconnected from it.
Yeah.
Right?
By the time it's in my slow cooker and all that, right, and I've chopped it up and I've spiced everything, I forget about that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, as I think a lot of people do, right?
Well, I think that's why I admire a lot, and I'm from West Virginia, right? Like I said, so it's something I admire a lot about the hunting and gathering culture.
Yeah.
Because that is the most ethical, and that's the most, I think, it's just the most ethical way to actually get your food. Because like those hunters, they go out for a limited period of time during the rut or during that breeding season, and then they go out and they kill. I mean, if you kill one deer, like that's 100 pounds of meat. That's 50 kilos of meat. And like that can last you for 6 months, a year. You kill a couple, like you don't have to buy shit from the place ever, and that's it all in natural.
Smoke that shit, put it in the freezer, you know?
Yeah, and that will last you for a long time, and you don't have to go to the store to buy any processed meat, and it's, you kill it in the wild, fresh, which
fresh
is the way.
in the wild.
And if you don't, something else is
lived,
going to, or it's going to freeze to death, or like what? Like people hit those motherfuckers all the time. Like in West Virginia, I know everybody that I know has at least hit a deer in their car once.
What happens when, like,
you call somebody who wants to eat it, and then they come pick it up
no
for
shit,
you.
that actually happens.
100%.
So when you hit a deer, that you killed it basically. You don't waste that shit. You don't just dump it on the side of the road.
Bro, that'll feed you for a couple months, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
everybody knows somebody who's like, call me if you hit a deer. I'll come bring my truck and we'll pick that shit up.
So like in that part of the States and all that, everyone's kind of have the facility. Everyone has the facilities to kind of cut that up and all that, and just hang it, smoke it, whatever.
There's no apartments or anything. It's all houses.
Okay.
Right. So everybody's got
garage
in West Virginia in particular. That's a rural culture. Like, everything's hunting, fishing, hiking, outdoorsy shit. Fentanyl, heroin.
Because you ain't got shit to do. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Alcohol. West Virginia, bro.
West
Virginia. We hunt, we fish, we take prescription drugs.
Prescription drugs and heroin.
So we do.
We take opioids.
Little Xanax while you cut your fucking deer in half.
How do you get Xanax all the way out there?
Dude,
not?
It's still connected to the U.S., man. Hey, that's right in the line from Florida to fucking New York where...
Oh, shit.
It's a
Never
problem.
thought about that.
It's a problem in West Virginia.
Yeah.
My sister shared a picture on Facebook, and it was of a dumpster outside of a Walmart, and there was just fucking needles and rubber.
That bad?
Yeah. It's a real, and that's just like the stuff people inject. But my mom was talking. My mom has cancer. She's like stage 4.
Oh shit.
And she was talking to me about how she couldn't even get pain medicine because the prescription drug problem is such a big deal that they're like trying to cut down on it like across the board, even for people with like terminal cancer. She had to go out of state to get pain medicine because they have such an epidemic of these people taking opioids that they just won't even prescribe them. Yeah. Because if they prescribe them, people share them. And so the only way that they can do it is just be like, sorry, you can't get it.
But that's kind of the wrong way to go about that too, right? Yeah, just clamp down the other way, know.
But it's an epidemic. It's a real problem, man. Like I went back for the first time in like 3 years, just like a couple months ago. Yeah. And everybody was talking about it. And like it wasn't like that when I grew up. Nobody talked about people taking Percocets or Valium and shit when I was growing up. It kind of went
overboard, right? It went overboard. I don't know. There are a bunch of people that like did these like videos on them, right? Like, but it's basically comes down like a lack of regulation or some shit like that, right? They just let them kind of like tout the stuff to all these doctors, right? And people just kind of give them out, right? That sucks.
I mean, there was all this shit about like Florida. Yeah. These doctors would just literally give people hundreds of them. Like, of course, nobody needs that much Percocet. Like, for sure, what do you think they're going to do?
And you shouldn't.
Well, now they're starting to go to jail, but for a long time, I mean, that was good business.
That's fucked up, though. I mean, is there like a huge drug culture in the States? Like, I'm not talking recreational either, or like just anything, like pharmaceuticals in general. Like, do people, the sleeping pill thing, right? Like, do people, when they have trouble sleeping, is their first thing like, okay, I should watch less TV or whatever at night, blah, 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 meditate, or is it like, I gotta go to the doctor and get something,
Well, I think it was different when I grew up compared to now because this opioid epidemic thing has really only been around for the last, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. It wasn't something I heard about when I lived there. Yeah. And then after I left, I started hearing more and more and more about it. Yeah. So when I grew up, people just kind of stuck to the regular shit like alcohol and weed and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But nobody really, I didn't know anybody like taking pills or all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see anybody. And I never saw hardcore drugs. I've still to this day never even seen coke, seen heroin. Yeah. Even growing up in the U.S., I lived in New York City. Yeah. I never saw any of it. So, I mean, obviously it's around.
You got to be around a certain crowd, though, for that kind of stuff, right?
I guess.
Even here, right? Like, you got to be around a certain crowd for that stuff.
But the reputation is that it's kind of like everywhere. And in my experience, it wasn't. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you look for it, you can fucking find it. If you got money, you probably find it.
If you got money, you can
pretty much true everywhere.
Cocaine anywhere, right?
Yeah, I would say so. But no, I really think it's been something that's happening. But having said that, when I went back, my family and even some friends in Singapore that I know that are American were telling me about they have all these friends in like the last 5 to 10 years who've overdosed on all these opiates and shit. So it's obviously, that's what I like about Singapore. Yeah. It's like a lot of the problems that America has don't exist here like that. In the same way.
We got other problems, but it's different. They're different. They're like It's like, yeah, it's the first world problems.
Gambling is one here that's different than the U.S. I don't see as much of that. That tends to be like a vice here that people have problems with.
Gambling.
Alcohol, that's everywhere though. But I think the most Asian thing is like smoking, alcohol, and gambling.
Pretty much.
That's
like those are the vices down here.
Those
are the serious problems like that you have in Singapore, right? We don't really have a whole lot. Like I don't think like the drug culture down here, like drug problems and all that, I don't think we have that down here.
Yeah, that's not really the way people spiral.
Yeah, they don't really spiral as much, and if they do, generally they get caught and put in like chunky prison. You know what I'm saying? Like that's generally what happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we don't really have that stuff. I don't know. Like I like the state. I like Singapore for that. You know, like I'm from Bahrain, so this is basically a playground for me.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. Like, every problem that you have in Bahrain, like, we have ghettos, like, more or less, right? In Bahrain, right? We got slums, or what I would classify as a slum, right? We got that shit. You don't really see that down here, right? And I think that makes a big difference, right? Even if you're on the lowest end of the income spectrum, right? When you don't live in a place that's essentially a ghetto, you know, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just saw an article on, I think it was the Straits Times or something, and they were like, Singapore has like 2,000 homeless people, and then it went on to talk about
1,000.
1,000. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
The
Jesus Christ, go to one corner in Skid Row and you're going to see that. Like, that's just the tents in Skid Row in California. I was like, oh, Singapore, you're so cute. Like, 1,000 only. Like,
the
God.
first thing I did was Google, like, what's a homeless rate? Like, how many homeless people are found in, like, San Fran or in major cities, Tokyo, whatever, right? And, like,
tens of thousands.
We're a blip. It's like tens of thousands in like San Fran. It's
just in California in Skid Row. I think Skid Row's like 20,000.
I saw like when I was in LA, I saw them every other corner. You know, I was in downtown, to be fair, downtown LA.
Did you go to Skid Row?
I did not go to Skid Row.
Shit, bro. I mean, there's tents everywhere.
I was right next to it, I think, right? But like, I didn't go there. It was enough for me. I saw homeless people when I was out at night after like 9 everywhere. Right, sleeping on benches, doing all that stuff. It sucks.
It's like, how do they not get on that? Like,
I don't know.
Jesus Christ! Like, it seems like, I mean, homelessness to a certain extent is somewhat unavoidable, but to pretend like you can't address that issue with like a concerted effort to figure out how to make it a manageable problem. I mean, Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Like that, you should fucking solve that, right? These are people that have fallen through your fucking safety net, right? Yeah. So you gotta get them above board, above that safety net, right? So you gotta figure out like what do we do, right? Well, maybe give them fucking shelter for one, right?
Yeah.
Give them like some free whatever, I don't know, free something.
Well, it's like the ethos of America, right? The ethos is America is like the American dream. You can become rich, you can become Bill Gates, you can become Jeff Bezos, or you can fall flat on your face and no one will give a fuck.
Like Bill Gates.
Like the extreme spectrum, right? You can be a billionaire or you can just get lost in obscurity and then no one will know who you are.
But that's inefficient, right? Like what actually gets so like Bill Gates and all those guys, right? They got where they are based off a lot of work from people that were under them. You know what I'm saying? The entire fucking society that was under them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like the entire, basically the middle class.
It didn't used to be like that. In the 70s and 80s, there wasn't that level of homelessness. Exactly. There was not that level of homelessness. Like, it's gotten bad.
Yeah.
Like, America's weird now, man. Like, it seems like it's degenerating in certain ways. Like, you see these kind of epidemic, these opioids and stuff, these drug problems, the level of homelessness, income inequality. Like, it seems like
it's just huge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still great. Like, there's still good stuff. When I went there, I didn't feel it and like that. Yeah. I mean, society still marches on, right? But it does feel like there's some unfurling going on at the fringes, right? And some destabilization happening. I don't know. And Trump and all, like, everything. It's just
the whole Trump thing.
It's just surreal. The whole thing is like just strange.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like down here we do a decent job of like keeping it kind of wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? We haven't like pretty decent like high income inequality down here, right? I don't know what the exact rate is, but it's not like anything to laugh at. It's like it's proper, right? But at the same time, you know, it's comfortable down here. You know what I'm saying? If you're like lower middle class and above, you're okay.
Yeah, you know, that's the difference, right? If you're the bottom of the end in the U.S., you know, you're fucking homeless. If you're the bottom of the end here, like, you can still buy chicken rice and have a roof over your head and shit.
Exactly,
like
you know, you have options, right? Like I'm like 32. Like I know at some point, like I'm a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? Like I own my own fucking property and shit like that. You have stuff that you could do, right? You have that dream, like it's always in grasp. I think people start losing their shit when it's not in grasp, right? You see that shit that's happening in Hong Kong right now, right?
Oh yeah,
the Hong Kong. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But like I think a lot of those people like are on the streets right now, right? Because they just like they don't see that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't feel that. You know, they don't feel like there's a way out. You know, so fuck going to uni, you know, fuck going to your classes right now. Fuck it, go on the streets, protest. Why not? You're young, you don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. You know, I think that's why they do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where it all comes from, really, right? And that whole China thing with the law that they got rid of eventually. That's
they
just
feel the threat of something, and you know when you get the youth mobilized like that.
Yeah.
Like I would like to get
passion.
someone. I would like to see somebody who actually is an expert. It'd be good to talk to somebody on the podcast who's actually, because I just read the articles, but I don't know. I don't know the pro China side. I don't know the pro like Hong Kong side. I don't know shit. I just know that they're amassing a ton of people, and that's just been going on for years. And it's sustained. Yeah. Like something that's different about that compared to like the Arab Spring, which was like it burst out in a lot of places and then it fizzled out in a year. But this Hong Kong, to a certain extent, and then now, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
So you know how they did it, right? So like with the Arab Spring, it was basically exactly the same thing. A lot of the countries where all the countries where it sprouted out, right? I mean, look at it. We're talking Egypt.
Oh yeah, it was all over.
We're talking Bahrain. Bahrain has Arab Spring too, right? And that all came from like a lack of. Okay, so the people in Bahrain, for example, that went out on the streets, they don't got jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're it was mostly like the Shia minority in Bahrain, of which I'm a part of, by the way, right? So like there was a lot of the Shia minority in Bahrain that kind of they were catalyzed into it, right? Because like at the time, it was really hard for a guy that has like like Ajab, Iranian immigrant background, right, to get a job at like, you know, in the civil service, in the army, you know, those are low hanging fruit type jobs, right? You know, stuff that get you started, right? Education isn't, I mean, Bahrain's not like, it's not fucked up by any stretch of imagination, but we still have like a really high number of like low income people, right? And those people need those kind of jobs, right? So they, you know, those high unemployment stuff, right?
That will lead to some sort of civil unrest, right?
Basically, at some point, that's what the Arab Spring was all about. Everything around that, right? That ideology that kind of gets people mobilized, that's all secondary. That's just what gets people through the door.
That whole thing,
but they're standing outside.
It popped up and it disappeared in like a year. Like I remember when it started happening, it was popping up across everywhere. It was in Europe, it was in Africa, it was in the Middle East, it was like everywhere.
Yeah.
And then within a year. But I guess that's kind of true of the Hong Kong protest too,
because
because
a few months
it's still going on, but like you don't hear. I mean, they have hundreds of thousands of people protesting, and they have had steadily for years, and it's just like it still becomes like
keeps,
unless someone dies or the police shoot somebody, which happened a couple days ago.
So you know what happened in Bahrain, right? They brought the Saudi army through, right? They just tackle people.
Shit.
They put people in jail for a long time. You know, there are journalists in jail. There are all kinds of people in jail, right? They're all out for the most part, right? But they're really clamping down on that stuff, you know. And you know, it'll probably happen in Hong Kong too. That's just the way it goes.
Hard to clamp down on 500,000 people. That's
Is
tough.
actually 500,000.
I mean, it's some of the bigger ones, but hundreds of thousands. Yeah, could you imagine? I mean, dude, if you get 20 or 30,000 in the U.S., that's like a fucking. That's all over the news. I know. I mean, you ever see the pictures of those protests sometimes? They're insane.
Wait a second. You remember the Iranian, I don't know if you remember the Iranian protests in Tehran. Do you remember that?
Which ones? From like the 70s?
No, like recent. Like after the Arab Spring or around that time, there was the Iranian protest, and it was around that number. It was 500,000 people.
Shit, man, that is so many people.
And they clamped down.
How? How do you...
Just start shooting people.
Yeah, but Hong Kong is going to have a little bit more...
You hear that, China?
Yeah. Here's what you do, China. Just start firing into random crowds. Oh, my God.
But that will do it. But that will do it.
That will also create a huge international incident. And then
it will
perhaps be... I don't know. Lost our train of thought there.
Something about shooting protesters.
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
Firing into random crowds.
Random crowds.
Don't do that, China. Don't do that.
Please don't do that. Please don't do so.
Yeah. Actually, this
we only need one Tiananmen.
Yeah, but that even gets squashed.
That it's probably gonna get squashed. I mean,
I think didn't they delete all of the images and
all images, any mention of it, like on Chinese like chat rooms, forums are heavily moderated by like bots and shit, right? You can't talk about that stuff, right? You can't talk about like most politicians like in the upper echelon in a bad light, because they probably just have like a bunch of bots that monitor this stuff, right? This content, and figure out context, and they'll just censor it automatically, right? So the whole you know about the Winnie the Pooh thing, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like where like Xi Jinping
doesn't like that. Doesn't like being compared to Winnie the Pooh.
Like Barack Obama is Tigger and Xi Jinping is Winnie the Pooh, right?
Yeah, but who gives a shit? Like, why? How are you so sensitive, right? Like, just
it's part of it's part of the play, right? Like if you're like an authoritarian government generally, right? You got strong man, right? You got your strong man, right? Your strong man has to. He has to front a little bit, right? That's why you see, like in North Korea, you see all those pictures that come out with like, what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? Kim Jong-un,
the newest one? Yeah.
Jesus. Kim Jong-un.
You got there, Kim Jong. You got there in the end.
Oh, his dad. Which one? Is that his dad? You got him. You got Putin. All that. Like they need to ride horses. They need to like put that show, right, of being the strong, being the guy in charge of the room. And to a certain extent, like Trump does a little bit of that as well, right?
Remember, he wanted to do the military parade, and then they were like, "No, don't do
yeah,
that."
right.
He's like, "I have a good idea. Let's take missiles and charge them through fucking Washington D.C." And everyone's like, "Yeah, no, don't do that."
Trump is funny, right? Because like that actually works. Like his shtick actually works to a certain subset of people that
his base.
His base, right?
I know.
And then to everyone else, it's like, yo, clown shoes, what you doing, right? Like,
oh, I get it, man. Because again, West Virginia, my parents voted for Trump.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Because I'm from that area.
Yeah.
Right, that Bible Belt type area where he's really popular, and so I see a lot. If you're international, like Trump's a joke.
Yeah.
Like if you're anywhere that I've seen internationally, like he's a fucking joke, right? But if you have like friends like on Facebook and shit like that are from the areas that I'm from, I get the other side. I get the conservative propaganda, which would be like pictures of Nancy Pelosi like looking all
evil,
evil and shit, and talking about how she's the worst thing to happen to the United States since fucking Hitler or whatever. Like it's all that kind of pro right wing propaganda, and I see both too because I went to college in New York, which was like an art school.
Right.
So then I get those people that are like Trump's a fucking whatever and all this kind of stuff, and then I get so it's kind of interesting because I get to see both sides from people directly.
Yeah.
But man, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And my philosophy is like, I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever. If you can't find one opinion to have with the opposing party, like your eyes are just closed.
Yeah.
If you can't like in some way see the merit of conservatism or liberalism, you're fucking crazy.
There are merits of both, right?
Yeah, of course.
You obviously need like
they need each other. Like it's of course and a little nuance is required here.
The Democratic Party in America, for example, is kind of like by European standards, it's kind of centrist.
Right? Conservative even.
Yeah, it's kind of in like a lot of ways, right? So, like functionally, you have that, right? Like if the like Trump's.
I mean, Obama would be a Republican in all of Europe,
right? And probably like years ago, I guess I don't know. I'm basing this off very like sketchy information, but like probably years ago as well, like in the States. So it's like you kind of need both things to keep a fucking country running. Singapore has like is kind of we kind of have like capitalist whatever, but we have socialist stuff, right? We do all that. You need both things, right? It's kind of like a mix,
especially like in the U.S. in particular. It's got these weird dynamics, right? Because there's 50 states.
Yeah.
Each state is the size of a large country,
true.
like right. And then, for example, West Virginia is like. West Virginia has the same GDP as Iran, and it's a little fucking. I mean, it's a big state, right?
That's not true.
It is true. I looked it up. It's like
holy shit.
Yeah, you can actually look and see where each state. This was 8 years ago, but you can look it up and see. For example, California.
I doubt Iran improved that much.
California has one of the 10th largest economies in the world by itself.
Oh, right. That
right?
I know.
So then, but each state, if you look it up, you can find like where each state falls on a global country index.
Right.
And so West Virginia is somewhere in there, like with some Middle Eastern countries. And it's just like a pretty relatively poor state, but it's huge, right? It's big. It's the same like size as most countries.
Yeah.
And so, but then having said that, you have each one of those states individually, which is, and then you have the whole collective country, and each state has its own laws, and then the country has its laws, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the national laws, and then you have
you
the
got
state laws.
Federal laws,
federal
state
and state laws.
level. Yeah.
And then how can you do that if you have a full government that represents the nation, and you have these state laws, and think that like if you're a Republican or if you're conservative or you're Democrat, that one is going to rule. Exactly. Because you have New York, which is a city, it's a metropolis, but outside of New York, it's rural.
And that's in the state of New York, right? Like
and conservative politics tend to lean toward smaller places, and liberal politics tend to lean toward larger ones like California and New York. And that's sort of woven into the system.
Yeah.
So they need each other. Like states' rights are very big, especially if you're like a rural, small state.
Yeah.
But then the whole global part of America tends to lean toward more liberalism. So there's this, like both are necessary. Yeah. Like you need both, and then you have small towns, and then you have large, huge metropolises with 20,000 or 10 million people, like New York or LA.
I think a lot of it just comes down to like the voting system, right? Like I'm not talking about electoral college either. I'm talking about like first past the post, right? It's a math thing. Like any country that has first past the post like voting, right, will eventually produce bipartisanship politics. Is that what's called? Bipolar politics, whatever.
Bipartisan.
Right?
Yeah, that's
like
right.
you have a spectrum, right, left and right, eventually, right? Just because of the way everything works out, because of the math of the whole thing, right? First past the post basically means like if I get 55% of the vote, you get 45, and the other guy gets like 10, right? Like I win, right, with 55% of the vote, and I get full control, right? But then there are other ways to do it, right? You got preferential voting, you got all these different things. So it was like YouTube. There was this really good YouTube channel called CGP Grey. You ever watch that?
I don't think so.
No. It's just like shitty animations and all that, one of those things, right? But the guy talks about like the math behind it, right? And how like eventually it will produce like basically two parties, or a system where you have a bunch of parties, but they're like on the extreme ends of the spectrum, right? And everyone that's kind of in the middle, you know, they're not really served, you know, but what they actually care about.
Squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Exactly.
Right? It's always like that, which is why I think the politics today are tending to become more polarized, because like as the extremes get more and more attention, it tends to also push things toward the extreme, because people realize that gets attention. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So if you're Donald Trump and you're talking about whatever you're saying, whatever crazy shit that you're saying, like the next day, that gets so much media attention. It's so dominated that like common sense, just objective conversations about policies and about like, that's not, if you want to have a conversation about immigration, about real immigration, like a nuanced conversation about policies and how many people we're going to allow and what skills, that's not going to get attention. That? But as soon as you call them rapists, and as soon as you call them like whatever, then that's on the news.
Some assume are good people.
And then that people, that base that marches for them, right? The people that are like, yeah, they're rapists and they're this and they're that. That base that mobilizes at the extreme ends are going to be so loud, and they're going to be so aggressive, and they're going to push so hard, and they're going to spend their money toward the campaign. And those people are going to mobilize. Yeah. Right? The people that are like, well, I don't know, like those people aren't going to.
Exactly. You know? You know, but they might vote. They might vote either way.
Yeah, they'll vote, but are they going to put their money toward the campaign dollars?
No, probably
so
not.
As things become more and more polarized, and as salacious stories get more and more attention, I think it pushes things outward toward the fringes.
Do you think the media has like a big play, like the media system, right? The fact that like in a lot of like Western countries and all that, you got like the Europe or whatever, right? Like money rules, right? So it's like these are businesses at the end of the day, right? Like, yeah, you got Fox News, sure, but you got your CNNs, you got your MSNBCs, right? They are businesses at the end of the day. They need dollars, and dollars are eyeballs to them, right? They need to like attract people, and that's why they focus on all that salacious stuff, right? That stuff that's really eye-catching, right? You know, that's a big factor. Like I think, like my hypothesis is that's a big factor, right?
It's a huge
like,
factor. My high school geography teacher, shout out to Mr. Wilson. It's a well-known kind of idiom or whatever, but the media is like considered the fourth estate. Sure. Right? Like you have the House, you have the Senate, then you have the executive branch.
Journalism.
And then the media is like the fourth estate. That's the fourth sort of arm of the government. Yeah. And because they have so much power with trying to draw people in, especially like the swing voters, right? The people that are sort of teetering back and forth. You have your people that are going to be solidified one way or the other. They're going to vote straight ticket Republican. They're going to vote straight ticket Democrat. Yeah. Like that base is not going to change. Those people that are fervently like that, you're not going to get them to your cause. Sure. But there's that 10% of swing voters who actually like vote on the issue.
Is it only 10%?
I don't know, maybe 20. I mean, between there, I wouldn't say
around there. It's not this huge.
Fuck no.
I just assume like swing voters would be like people that just don't vote.
No, it's. I mean, even the people that win dominantly the presidency never win by more than like 20%.
That makes sense. Okay.
I mean, I can't even think of before the founding fathers, like at least in the modern times, I can't think of any president who won even the electoral college. That's not even population vote, right?
Right.
Even
that's
the electoral college. I still think that's never been more than like 60-40 or something like that.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, because those people are locked, especially those regions that you're locked into, right? I mean, if you're from West Virginia, you're voting conservative. I mean, they had like at the state level, you'll get a little bit more bipartisanship. Like even West Virginia had a Democratic mayor when I grew up, but the Senate tended to be Republican. Right. And if you go to California or something like that, like those guys are liberals, and like good luck getting a conservative in there. Like it's just not going to happen. In LA, like fuck no.
Like, does California have like a Republican has ever had? I mean,
on the local level they have.
Right?
On the local level they have, but for the president, they're not voting Republican.
Sure. Okay.
Even like like Mitch McConnell, like go to Kentucky. That guy's been in the Senate for fucking how long?
It's been like 10 cycles or something.
Yeah, I mean, because they can just go. They can just go. There's no term limits on that.
Mitch McConnell is the turtle face guy, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you get those conservative Kentucky people. With the fucking like that.
And like I'm pretty sure he's like not that popular. Like he always kind of wins by a really narrow margin.
But he always wins because it's those conservative old people
he knows
who've been voting for him since the 40s.
Yeah.
And like he's just been there ever since.
They got the gerrymandering whatever bullshit.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure that's another like topic too, right? Like he probably like doctors that shit,
But in Singapore it's interesting because they don't technically have a one-party system. But technically, the U.S. doesn't have a two-party system. That's not written into the government. That's just sort of become what it is, right?
Yeah,
it's
similar
guys
technically. Yeah, we also don't have but we functionally have a one-party system.
Which is interesting because that means that there's some political unity, which actually means shit gets done. Well, I wanted to get your take on this. What do you think about this scooter banning? I want to get your take on this because it's all anybody's posting about online, and I was like, I just wanted to get into it.
I think.
What's your opinion on this?
So, I ride PMDs. I've ridden PMDs for like a while, like 3 years, right? I've only had like a couple of close calls, right? As a rider, as a walker, no close calls, right? In the last 10 years or whatever, the PMDs have kind of been a thing, right? But I don't know, man. Like the way I look at it is, if people really feel that unsafe, and my brother has had 3 close calls in like a couple of years, right?
Hitting people or being hit?
No, being hit, like almost being hit, right? And he's in Tampa, and he's
it depends on where you are, I think. Yeah.
So I've been kind of like city fringe for a while, so there aren't that many PMDs where I'm at, but like in Tampines there are, right? We got bike pass, we kind of have bike pass, so people ride this stuff, right? And sure, if people really feel unsafe. And a lot of people do, and you hear that a lot, then fuck it, man. Ban them.
Yeah.
I think it sucks as a rider, but, I mean, if people really don't feel comfortable with them being around, they don't feel like they can walk on these paths and shit, they got the right to be outraged or to react, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but they must have had quite a lot of issues because even leading up to this, like I would see like the Straits Times saying like over and over again, if you keep fucking up, we're gonna ban them. If we keep getting all these reports of all these incidents, we're gonna ban them.
Of course you're gonna have accidents though, right? Yeah. These are fucking things that can ride like 35 kilometers an hour, 30 kilometers an hour.
And on sidewalks, right? It is tricky, right? Like someone just walking down, all of a sudden they get fucking brained by someone on a scooter.
It can happen, Like I can't tell you a number of times, like I forget to slow down around people and shit, right?
Yeah.
No, okay, I always slow down around people, but I can't tell you a number of times someone just walked like just out of nowhere, right? And it's a sidewalk, why not? So yeah, those things are going to happen. You got these vehicles that are, was it 10 kilometers an hour they changed it to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a few months ago. But it was 15 for a while.
They tried.
16 for a while.
They tried to at least give the warning and then do little curbacks before the full ban. I can tell you that I stay in Sembawang, right?
Yeah.
and Sembawang is like kind of heartlands.
Nice place.
And yeah, exactly,
nice
sure.
place.
And but it's heartlands, Singapore, right in the
Yeah.
north. And then a lot of those Grab drivers and shit. First of all, they're fucking annoying.
Grab riders?
Oh yeah, because they're usually the ones. They would be on the walking intersections.
Yeah, sure.
Right, and they would have their scooters. Would have their fucking. They would have some amplifier, some speaker on the outside of their scooter, and they would be blasting their shitty fucking techno music while they're delivering their Grab food. And it got so annoying, and like. Always going in and out, blasting their fucking loud music, ripping through. They're the ones who ruined it for everybody.
Fuck those guys.
And I lived on a busy corner, and I saw it all the time. So, like, from my perspective, when they banned it, I wasn't like, yeah, they banned it because I'm kind of, like, I think you should be able to do what you want as long as you're not imposing whatever on people. But I know those guys were fucking annoying, man. Like, blasting your music externally, not wearing headphones, right? They put a speaker on the outside.
I hate those guys.
And then they rip through. It's like all these Malay Grab drivers and shit playing their shitty techno. And I'm like, God.
Jesus Christ! Like, why? Why would the fuck would you do that? Right?
Like, those are the people that ruined it for everybody. They're bad techno.
They're like those
ruined it for
assholes
everybody.
with the fucking cars, right? Except you don't have a car. You got a little fucking shitty scooter, and you got your Bluetooth speaker that you bought for like fucking, I don't know, $50 or something from Quartz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're fucking blasting this bullshit music.
Like no one wants
it's
to
not
hear
music,
your
by the
music.
way. It's not music.
No, it's awful. It's terrible.
Techno is not real music.
That
it hasn't been real music
worst
since the
part.
mid-90s.
Like, at least if it was a good song, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Fucking
but if you want to put your musical
drum and
taste
bass.
out onto the world, God, at least pick something better than that.
Good,
it's like, bro, if we're not raving right now, like, what are you doing?
I wouldn't rave to that. I wouldn't rave to that. I've been to raves. I wouldn't rave to that shit.
Depends on the substances that are at the rave.
I wouldn't rave to that on all kinds of substances.
if
not that I've tried any
substances, then what are we doing with
right?
music?
Yeah, the Red Bull, right?
Yeah, Red Bull, man.
The Red Bull
gives you wings, bro. But so, what do you think, Wugong? Did you see that? Did you see a lot of?
I used a skateboard,
You e-skateboard too? Yeah, I switched to that last year actually.
Well, now they have the bikes too. Here's the difference about the scooters.
What?
That's how I broke my finger.
I was on the skateboard.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the difference with the
leg
scooter riders compared to the bicyclers, right?
Sure.
The bicyclers never almost kill anyone. Like when they get to the intersections, they like slow down or they get off the bike and then they walk it or they like slowly ride through. Yeah. Those motherfuckers on the scooters, like when they get to those intersections, they blast through, right? They're cutting through everybody and they go full speed to a stop right before. Like
no physical
bikers
effort.
are chill, right? Like if they would just like when they got to those intersections, just relax.
It's no physical effort on your part if you're on a scooter, right? So you just have to press a button, basically, like shift the fucking lever, right? But if you're on the bicycle, you actually got to put in the work to get that fast, and you can. Like if you think about it, a bicycle will go 60 kilometers an hour. Right? A bicycle will go fast enough to fucking kill anyone.
Yeah.
Right?
But it doesn't ever.
It doesn't really, because most people aren't going to go that fast, right? Even if they can, because they got to put in the fucking physical effort and they got to sweat, right? And they don't have the acceleration, right? Scooters got the acceleration, got these little motors and all that, BLDCs or whatever, right? And those things will pump out like kilowatts, right? You know, for a split second, you can pump in a lot. That's just like a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
Right? The reason the Tesla goes so fucking, like, accelerates so fast is because you can just dump a bunch of like current into the motors, right? And they'll go. It's the engineer in me talking.
Oh, good. Go for it. So it just can quickly accelerate. It doesn't need fuel. Doesn't need to go through.
No, I mean, it needs fuel from battery,
But
right?
not-
But
yeah.
you for a short period of time, you like a few seconds, you can accelerate real fast, and you can give it like a lot of torque, right? That's why they accelerate, and that's why they're dangerous, though, right? The reason they're dangerous.
I bet you a
is
lot
can
of people
sim-
got fucked up, dude. I bet
On
you
those-
a lot of people that you didn't. Because I'm telling you,
I've ridden scooters and skateboards drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done that a lot. I know I'm not supposed to.
And a
but-
lot of people have, and I bet you a lot of people have been brained trying to just like walk home. Yeah, exactly. Trying to just walk home with their headphones in. Like
There haven't been that many deaths, all right? There's been like 4 or some shit.
Oh, there have been.
There've been deaths.
oh my god.
I think what instigated this one was like an auntie or something. This older lady that was like, I don't know, in her 60s or something, right? And she got hit by a scooter, and she died. You know,
Shit.
she went in a coma and died. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, you got to do something, right? When people start dying, that's a.
I guess.
I mean, there's gonna. And Maher's like, people. There's a certain number that's expendable. Whatever, fucking old. Like the Earth is for the young, whatever.
There are a certain number that is expendable, though, right? With every new introduction of whatever is transportation or whatever, something you're making.
Or you just don't do it, and then the number's 0.
Yeah,
and then no one has to die.
But people die. Like the whole thing. Yeah.
People are. I've still seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen plenty.
So they keep upping the fine to astronomical levels. What was the last number on the fine now for riding a scooter on the? It's like 40,000 or something.
Thousands. No.
Look it up for me, Wugong, if you don't mind. But yeah, they just raised it recently to some astronomical number because people were just like, "Oh, I'll pay the fine or fuck it or whatever." So they raised it to some astronomical because they made it illegal on the grass.
Yeah.
They made it illegal on the grates because people were trying to go on the grates and then on the sidewalk. And then, so the government was just like, "Fuck you," and then they put some astronomical number.
Ride an actual skateboard, or ride an actual scooter. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
like,
you can still
it's okay.
Go pretty quick.
Yeah.
5,003 months.
It's gone up 5,000 in 3 months.
3 months in jail.
Yep.
Yeah, to get caught with a fucking, which is probably a repeat offender kind of thing, right? Like, I'm sure it's just a warning the first time, at least till January. But
I feel that
yeah,
if you do hit someone,
yeah.
kill that person, it should be a manslaughter.
If you kill them, it is manslaughter, right?
Yeah, that's accidental murder, right? That's the whole point of manslaughter.
Yeah, that's the whole point of manslaughter. You should go to jail.
So what happened to the person who killed someone?
Yeah, check that out.
No one knows.
What was his name?
Yeah, what was his name? No one. See, that's kind of the weird thing too. Is like, how do you not know that? How is that not news? Oh, this person killed someone on a fucking scooter. I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear that story.
That's a good point, right? Because they kind of, by doing that, by not like fingering that dude, right? They also kind of shift the blame to the idea of a PMD, right? To PMD riders in general, to PMDs as a thing in society.
Well, if you were in a car and you hit somebody and you killed somebody accidentally, that would be manslaughter in Singapore.
Yeah, but it's not big news unless it was some funky ass way you killed them, right? Like you fucking got drunk and like you piled through, you went over five cars on your way there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's
people
the drunk
die
people that ruin it for everybody, man. Because for sure, those are probably the people that wreck somebody like on the sidewalk.
You know, so like I don't know the whole PMD thing. I'm not happy they're banned, but it's okay. Right, like I'm not fucked up. Like I'm not.
That's like the attitude for every Singaporean about pretty much everything. They're just but it's okay in the end. Like, society's happy here. Like we can take these little annoyances for the.
We don't really have strong opinions here. You know, we don't. I think like that's one of the things that bothers me about this place. Right, you know, the whole pink dot stuff is like an exception. Right, the whole like 3778 shit. Right, is an exception. Right, it's like literally, if I'm not wrong, the only protests we ever have, right? You know, that's the only like proper protest we got down here, right? On the
Little
speaker
India?
scores. Yeah, no, the pink dot stuff.
Oh, the pink dot.
Yeah, that's all we
riot,
got.
So I went to Little India.
The Little India.
Even that, right?
That's not a riot.
I know.
We have riots in Bahrain. That's not a riot,
bro. That's like a fucking St. Patrick's Day in America. Like that's barely even like anything.
It's only technically a riot. They only flipped over a few cars. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the Eagles winning the Super Bowl or some shit. Like,
oh shit, I saw that.
Man, they fucking burned down the city and they won. Like,
what the fuck?
I know, America's fucking insane.
Yo, people were riot.
I love how they called it a riot and they changed all of the drinking laws in Singapore, and then everyone was just like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
I thought that was
logical.
I thought that was fucked up.
I thought it was fucked up too. They banned all alcohol in Little India for a little while.
Yeah, so
and
you
then
couldn't buy it
to
all.
10:30.
Yeah, and then eventually it became like the paper bag policy, right? Yeah. So you can't walk around with that shit and all that.
Oh, did they do that? Did they change that?
Yeah. You can't walk around with like
anywhere
beer. Yeah.
I still did that
after a certain time though, right? Or is it anywhere?
I thought they had like open.
Either way, I thought that was fucked.
That was one of my favorite things about Singapore is you can walk down the street with the beer.
Like I used to walk around like just fucking drinking wine. Like what's wrong with that? As long as I'm not fucking like throwing a hissy fit, you know.
Well, they changed
does it actually normalize anything? You know, if I'm walking around with a can of beer, I mean, like the only places you're gonna do that shit are like around Clarke Quay and whatnot.
They changed that now too on the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they changed the drinking laws on the bridge at Clark Key. When I came to Singapore.
No, that bridge?
You didn't know that? Yeah.
The fun bridge?
Yeah, the bridge.
Where everyone hangs out, like where all the fucking like college age kids and shit.
I would go there, dude. I would go get some like cheap ass vodka and get wrecked on that fucking bridge like all night. Yeah, I don't think they banned it, but they definitely changed the laws a couple years ago to make it more strict about the drinking there.
That's not cool.
No, they still do it, but I don't know exactly what, I wish I would know what I was talking about. That'd probably help the whole situation here.
Do they actually enforce it, though? If they don't enforce it, it's effectively not real, right? Like, that's the thing. We got a lot of fucking laws, right? They're kind of dumb, right? Just like anywhere else. And we got some laws that are, like, kind of fucking draconian, but we don't enforce that shit. We're like, yeah, they're just there on the books. They're just like there.
2015, they changed some law, but it says...
Yeah, what is it?
I mean, the headline of the article is Clark Key is still bustling with drinkers as alcohol laws kick in. And this would have been in 2015, so
probably
I don't know exactly what they changed the rules, but they definitely edited it. They've done edited a lot of the drinking laws here in the last.
It's bad for business, you know. It's like they do that down here, right? They kind of have in their back pocket just in case, right?
And they changed the smoking too, the shisha.
Oh yeah. That was ages ago, right? They
a few years ago.
There's just no shisha anymore or something like that, right?
Unless you're in Arab Street. I think they still have it in or they did for a limited time.
Not in Arab Street anymore. Not anymore. It's totally banned. It's totally banned. Yeah. Leftovers.
Oh, that's what it was. They could continue to use what they had remaining.
Okay. You can't buy it anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
They got rid of the vaping, all that shit too. That's all in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
All of that.
Never allowed.
But people were still kind of doing it or whatever, and then they were like, no. Yeah. And also...
everyone vapes here.
Also the chewing tobacco.
Chewing tobacco? You can't get nicotine gum no more?
You used to be able to get it in Little India.
Aw, and they got rid of that too.
They got rid of that too.
And they get rid of everything nice here.
This is all, so the scooters, the alcohol, the drinking, the chewing tobacco, all that shit we just talked about is in the last 5-6 years.
If you do it so fast that people can't keep up, right? People stop caring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's kind of like the Singaporean way, right? Like people get desensitized to the idea that, we're a nanny state. Like I say that as a proud Singaporean, you know what I mean?
And that's also why you're like, well, we don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. Very easy to just.
I know, like, I got strong opinions about all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, what can you do, right? Like we don't really, for all intents and purposes, we don't have, a functional opposition party or any way to actually get that out. So for functionally, we're one party state functionally, right? So, like people just kind of like, we got that saying, right? Suck thumb. Right? Fuck it. Just keep your head down. Suck thumb.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, as long as the state's functioning at a high level, everybody will sort of collectively agree that...
At the end of the day, I mean, if the fucking trains run on time and I can get from point A to point B, like without
people are making money
and people I can get to my job, right? That doesn't pay me bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a decent ass job and all that. Like if I can have these things, right? People will tank all kinds of stuff, right? That anywhere else you think is kind of draconian, right? And that's okay, right? We'll just complain about it a little bit and then we'll forget about it. Like, how much do I actually need, to vape legally, right? Like, how much do I need those things? Not a whole lot. That said, it would be nice to be able to do that stuff, to be able to complain and actually be heard, right? That's always nice to hear. And the trade-off that they market down here is kind of like, you can do it, right? You can complain about it by doing so, you kind of like sacrifice, stability or something like that.
But I feel like they actually listen. Even the PMD thing, right? I mean, they started doing the voucher system, whereas if you just bought one, they would give you.
They handle it well.
Yeah, I mean,
I was fine with that.
Man, if they ban shit in other countries, it's just banned. They're not. The government's not going to come out and create a policy to try to ease the transition from people who need that, or it helps them do their job well. I mean, they offered money and incentives to people to get bicycles and all that kind of stuff. Like they actually heard and they understood that there was a market here that used those things for their jobs, and then okay, if you bought one, we can give you some credit. We work towards some bike, e-bike or whatever the hell it is.
The $600 thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I mean, it's something.
It's
they don't have to do shit. They could be like, it's banned. Fuck you.
And and they could get away with it. Right?
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
maybe,
and they would get away with it.
Well,
people would complain, and then they would.
To be fair, it is election season, so.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
It's kind of election season.
But at least they did something, right? I mean, that is at least at least tells your population that we hear you.
Yeah.
Here's something that the government will do on top of that to try and ease your situation.
You know, most people that ride PMDs aren't Grab food drivers, though, right? They're not like delivery people. They're people. They're just normal people that bought this stuff, though. And
yeah, you could buy them in the shops as recently as like a month ago.
Yeah. You know, and then what? You know what? You're going to get the money back for that shit, you know? Now you can only ride at East Coast Park.
You can only do it.
It's fucking useless.
Which is totally useless.
You bought it as a commuter device, and now it's an East Coast Park kind of thing.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, let's go ride e-scooter or in a circle for like...
right?
Let's go have an exhilarating day at East Coast Park.
Exhilarating day. Go up and down East Coast Park.
We'll go 15 kilometers an hour. It's going to be crazy.
No, you won't. Not on the weekend, right? Have you ever been to East Coast Park on the weekend? Motherfuckers be walking on bike paths, man. People don't give a fuck down here about bike paths, man. There's like where I live, which is like Marine Crescent right now. We got a East Coast. We got a park connector. We got a park connector to Kambunga and MRT, right? So like that whole stretch, which is awesome. I love it. But that whole stretch, right, on the weekend is just filled with kids. There's just children walking, people walking their dogs, all kinds of shit, right? They walk on bike path, the bike section. They walk on the pedestrian section. Singaporeans don't respect bike paths.
It's just whatever's the most direct path to where they're going.
Exactly, right?
Bike path or sidewalk.
Exactly, right? Functionally, we don't have a bike path, right? Yeah. And that kind of sucks, you know?
Or even a bike lane when you were on the roads.
Yeah, we don't have that. Right?
A lot of cities have that. I mean, if you go to Europe and stuff, they have them everywhere.
I've seen them. You know?
I mean, a lot of cities are making those like just they widen the roads and then they put the bike path on the side because, especially places. But here you don't really need it because it's the MRT is so good, the public transit's so good. It's always on time. It's never down.
So like I remember so this is kind of off topic, but like when I was in LA, like I would jaywalk and people would give me like shit for it, like. People would talk about it, like, what the fuck, man? You know, yeah. When I was in LA, is that an American thing or is that just LA?
I don't know.
Like just a city thing.
Nobody ever waits for those.
Really?
Yeah, only in Singapore.
So like in Los Angeles, it's a thing. Like,
maybe it's a thing there. Maybe they give out tickets for it because the traffic there is so insane.
Yeah, like nobody did it. Like I would just say it's always completely deserted.
I'll be sitting there like trying to cross the street. There will not be a car within visible view at all in any direction.
Go.
And people will stop. And they're waiting. And I'm like, the only way you could possibly be hit by a car is if you just laid down in the middle of the road for
Everyone
like 2 minutes.
Everyone does it.
And they're all just like waiting for their turn to walk. And I'm like, just go. Like, what are you so well
like
conditioned,
chaos
man?
Reign.
Yeah, exactly. Anarchy.
Anarchy. Breaking the law.
I know, and I'm just like, they can't even stomach it just to like break that little law. Just jaywalk a little bit. It's going to feel good.
We're law-abiding people, man. We're law-abiding people down here, man. It's the fabric of society, right? You start with the jaywalk. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? You're going to be like holding your beer. You're going to be like drinking wine out of a glass, walking on the street.
Yeah, without your paper bag.
Without your paper bag, like a savage. God damn.
Singapore's fucking
That's a slippery slope, man.
I know. Jaywalking. No brown bags.
Next thing you know, there'll be murders on the streets, man. There'll just be like riots every fucking day.
Oh, you know what else I just remembered?
McDonald's.
They also changed the smoking laws. Remember?
Remember the 5-year bullshit.
Yeah.
Yo, that was
also
fucked.
I'm just realizing, God, they've done a lot. They've changed a lot of these laws in the last 6 years.
I do not like that law. I fucking do not like that law. Everybody smokes down here. Like the HTB thing.
Do you know, Mugong? Now you're not allowed to smoke within 5 meters of
within 5 meters of the entrance of a public building, any building, public building.
Or like the MRT stations or the bus stations.
Yeah. Orchard Street is Orchard Road is a non-smoking zone.
That's all been in the last,
which is insane.
Since I've been in Singapore. That's all existed since I've been in Singapore.
Yeah, I don't get that. You know, like I just don't understand that. Everyone smokes here, you know, and we probably because like that's the only thing we can get, right?
Yeah, there's nothing else to do here.
People need substance abuse, right? Substance abuse is a requirement, right?
The only problem with Singapore, and I say that problem a bit tongue in cheek, but like, God, what do you do here for fun? Like gambling, smoking, and drinking, like that's pretty much it. And even the gambling, if you're a local, they charge you an extra $100 to go to the casino.
Well, you can gamble illegally here, right? You see it like it's all over the place. The same way we got prostitution.
Well, that's the only good thing, but I'm fucking married, so that vice is gone.
Yeah, true that, man.
But that one makes me laugh, man. First of all,
prostitution thing.
Well, the prostitution thing and the gambling thing. Like if you go to the casino as a local, they charge you $100 to walk in the door. $100, bro. The house always wins, and to lose that just to walk in the door. First of all, like. only foreigners get the benefit of.
As a guy that thinks gambling is fucking bullshit, like stupid as fuck, like okay, like I'm down with that, man. I think it's.
I mean, I'm not a gambler, but it's like,
bro,
the house always wins, and you're gonna charge $100 fee just to walk in the door. Like you don't stand a chance.
Play mahjong with like dollar coins, man.
Oh yeah,
fuck
that's
that
fun.
shit.
That's fun.
It is fun. It's like you
put a K on a fucking thing of roulette, and then come talk to me about fun. I don't know. I've never done it, but I can imagine it would be.
I've never had $1,000 to just fucking shit away.
Exactly.
Nobody's ever given me $1,000 and gone like, "Yo, man, just go and fucking shit." Instead of buying something that you actually want, go and like risk this stuff on like a poker table.
But a lot of people do. That is a thing here in Singapore. I know a lot of people who have like family members, and they know people that lost their money gambling.
And I mean, like it's kind of a like I've always thought that as far as a vice, it's like the worst of the vices. Like,
yeah, me
it's
too.
A dumb vice, you know, or is a vice that I've understood the least. You know, like I get, you know what? I get substance abuse, right?
Yeah,
like
me too.
Alcohol,
smoking,
whatever, right? Like you get it, right? You
prostitution,
right?
I get that one. Move on.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a partaker of it,
Not
but
that
I get the impulse.
I'm a good boy. But I get it. They're the pleasure I can relate to, right? Like the release of dopamine or whatever, right? You get that shit, right? Going to a club, whatever, right? Gambling though, I've never understood, right? The high that you get from risk, but like I do martial arts, so it's like every time I kind of like I spar live, right? Like my limbs are at risk to a certain extent, right? You know, when I think about it, that's kind of one of the reasons I do this stuff, right? Like I kind of
a little bit of the risk reward.
Yeah, like
you get the dopamine hit too, a little threat in your life. A little.
If you think about it, like a lot of, it's a kind of an extreme experience in a lot of ways because the objective of the game that you're playing is, you know, joint locks, you know, cracking a, you know, like you potentially, like I've blown out my knees and I still do heel hooks.
Yeah, I kill you or you kill me. Who kills each other first and the fastest? And,
right?
Yeah, it's a
great
game.
High that you get from that, you don't get from anything else, right?
No. And the soul-crushing defeat of getting murdered too, simulated murder.
But what is that if not like a gamble, right?
It is
like
a gamble.
Risk,
yeah,
right?
That's a great way of putting it. There's definitely an element of that.
Instead of taking your fucking money and going to like when I was in Las Vegas, right? Like I went to visit Las Vegas last year, December, 2 years ago, whatever. When I was in Vegas, like I was walking through the fucking malls and the casinos and all that, and you see all these people that like flew around the world, halfway around the fucking world, right? Went through the center of the planet, basically, right? To fucking sit at a poker table, smoke a cigarette or whatever, and
lose all their money.
Lose all their goddamn money like idiots, right? Or play a fucking slot machine, right? Or whatever, right?
Over and over and over
like,
again.
Talk about something they could have done at home, literally on the internet or something. Or if you're Chinese, you can go Macau, right? But they did in Vegas, right?
It's the American dream, baby.
It's the American dream.
You can go there and you can win millions in an instant, or you can go and lose everything, and no one will give a fuck.
Or you could have gone to like... You know Vegas got this place called Red Rock Canyon? You ever been there? Yeah?
I've never been. I heard of it though.
It's fucking beautiful because you could take an Uber ride down there. You can't take an Uber ride back, by the way. Don't just remember that. Book an Uber in advance, right? Because you can't take it back. That was my problem. I had to hitch a ride back. But like you could take an Uber ride down there for 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you're all the way out of the city, right? And you climb this fucking mountain, right? And it's beautiful. You get the thrill of climbing a fucking mountain in a couple of hours, right? And you get this amazing view of grassland that you never see, right? And you could do that, right? And then maybe go train at like Robert Drystall's or some shit at Team Quest, right? And like risk your limbs, right? Twice in one day. Or you could just sit at the fucking poker table and just shit your money away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't imagine. I mean, yes, it's definitely not my type of vice, but I can imagine there's something to it of like, you know, you got to get bit by the bug. I think if you put $100 on there and you win like 1,000, you 10 times profit or something, you probably be like, fuck. If I can just do that again, you know, I assume that's the pool.
Risks, or you could take risks in
where
life.
You can save up your money like a fucking conservative person over years and years of hard work and toil, or you can fucking throw your life savings in one instant. And
so like in life,
I'm not promoting that.
Yeah,
is
don't
the
do
still
that.
Going, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like life is a risk though, right? Like you gamble. You start this place up, man. You founded this place, this beautiful ass like gym and all that. Like that's a risk. What is that if that's not a kind of a gamble, right?
Starting a business is high risk, high reward.
High risk,
for
high
sure.
reward, right? Like I do a startup. That's high risk, high reward, right? Anytime you do a career change or some shit like that, or you change your job, or that's high risk, high reward, right?
Yeah.
You're giving something up in return for something else. Life is full of gambles, right?
Yeah.
Well, you guys sit at like a casino, so yeah, it should be $100 to walk into MBS. This fucking
I guess if you don't have $100, then what the fuck are you doing anyway?
Yeah, exactly, right? If you're not willing to throw away $100 just to see a bunch of people sit at tables, right, and play cards, something you could have done at home, drinking with your friends, right, and you don't have to pay them the debt because you're friends, hopefully, right? What are you doing? Screw that.
But part of me would like to be like a fly on the wall and just watching one of those tables where it's like $10K a hand and just watch these motherfuckers sweat, right? You just watch these guys like because
$10,000,
bro. I watch it. I don't want my life to have that kind of stress. I try to live a stress-free existence if possible, and I don't think that's the move.
Oh man, I don't know. A fly on the wall of that, right? I think that's part of the appeal of like watching these sports, right? These extreme sports, right? Where people like could fucking die, right?
Yeah, the risk.
MMA, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like
MMA.
that. Like the risk of a cage match is pretty high, right? And I think a big part of the appeal, like when I love watching MMA like on TV or whatever, but I'm not a huge fan of it live, right? I always have trouble like watching that stuff live.
Yeah, it's more of a social thing than actually like watching the fights type thing.
But like I think a big part of the appeal is like the alcohol, right? The substance abuse, basically, right? Of like alcohol, caffeine, and all that.
It's an event. Yeah.
It's an event, sitting there with your friends, talking shit about the fights, and then you get to be present when the lion finally bites the lion handler, right?
Yeah, It's exactly like that. Yeah. But that's the appeal, man. It's good stuff. All right, let's finish up on that though, man. I gotta let Wukong get out of here. Plus, they're starting to bang the drums and shit next door.
What is happening?
They always do the live music and shit around 6 o'clock on Sundays. All right, man. Is
right.
there anything else? You got anything you want to plug?
Not much. Grapple Asia's doing the ADCC next year. That's one thing that's confirmed. So like that, we're gonna bring the ADCC trials to Singapore.
Oh, let's do another podcast before. We'll promote the shit out of that.
Totally. Yeah, we should totally do that. Right. So like,
do you know when that's gonna be?
That's gonna be in December.
December of next year.
December next year.
But that's a big one.
We're gonna like set the day and all that, and get the venue and whatnot. But that's gonna happen. So that's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a bunch of Kazakhstanis coming. Yeah,
that's gonna be fucking sick. Dude.
I know. So people that don't know, the last Asian trials, there was only one in Japan, right, in Tokyo, and the big, they held it in Kazakhstan, and they had to.
Do you actually get the ticket if you win?
Yeah, you get a ticket down there. You got a place. You got a spot in the finals or in your bracket, right? Whatever weight class you win. The way it works is like you win the trials, right, and then you get a slot in the weight category that you want. I don't know if the absolutes. I gotta check this out. I don't know if the absolutes are gonna be done and what you get from the absolute, but. That's how the weight categories work.
I'm definitely gonna be watching that. That'll be sick.
You're not gonna compete?
Fuck no, man. Fuck no. It's too much work.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you should.
I don't know.
Do it, bro. Why not?
I gotta get some.
Can you work and do it at the same time?
Can I work and do it?
Work it and
work it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you're gonna be.
There is there is that. I don't know. I probably shouldn't ref at the very least.
Yeah,
right?
ref yourself in your own match. Like,
yeah, why not? We got one of our guys, Arthur. He does that all the time, right?
Oh yeah, he came in and trained with me like a week ago or
shit.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, he actually talked to me about the podcast, and he was asking me about getting you guys both on to talk about the Grapple Asia stuff. And I was like, he's already going to come on, but before you guys do your next event, let me know. We can come in and we can promote it and talk about it, all that kind of shit, whether it's ADCC or one before that or whatever.
Yeah, you should totally bring that guy on. That guy's got stories, man. That guy was a paramedic.
Is it?
Yeah, he was a paramedic.
Yeah, I told him he wanted to do one like with you and like the three of us, and I'm down to do that.
I'm down with that.
Arthur, if you're listening, we'll get you on one of these days, man.
Yeah, totally.
All right, man.
All right.
This is episode 11 of the Stronghold podcast. Maher, appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, totally,
cheers.
Man.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
All right, see you, everybody.